gypsy
Crazy?
jazz to the
You're going
best.
crazy.
That was crazy
Sorry.
once.
They locked me in a
Fucking
room.
the wizard. It will not
Rubber
end well.
room.
A rubber
Rubber
room with
rats.
rats.
And your rats make
The
me
rats
crazy.
made me crazy. Crazy.
Crazy?
It was
I was
crazy.
crazy.
That was crazy once.
They locked me in a room. A rubber room. A rubber room with rats. And rats make me
Rats make
crazy.
crazy.
Crazy. I was crazy once. They locked me in a room. A rubber room. A rubber room with rats. Crazy. I was crazy once.
Okay, so how do you guys want to move in here?
Well, you did the same thing before you started Oni. You saw Ryuji how good you were. You turned all of Ryuji into Tosei's image files into pixel art.
What did you do to their special folders? What did you do to their homework folders?
What kind of pixel you say? It was all pink wet.
That's enough. Next time I'll paralyze you two.
Erica? I'm sorry, what?
I mean, I respect the hustle. Excuse me? What the fuck are you doing in a school?
Hello. Didn't we meet before? I think back in Pellberg City. Let me introduce myself. My name's Scott. Is that your real name? I've been traveling everywhere in search of outstanding trainers. More specifically, I'm looking for Pokemon experts. So, what brings you to this school? Are you a trainer too? First thing you should do is have Pokemon learn the move Cut. Okay, you have no fucking clue what you're talking about. If I remember correctly, someone in this town has Cut. Sir, there are young children here. Okay. Students who don't study get a little taste of my good claws. Whether or not you're a good student will be evident by the way you use this item.
Should I call Officer Jenny on this place? Because this random stranger just walked in and is watching these kids, and the teacher's just beating them. Don't worry, kids, I'll go get help.
Breathe in that digital air. Are you nervous?
Yeah. Oh, what the fuck? Oh.
Chat. Fun fact is that... Nope, that's not right. There we go. So it turns out Twitch won't let you put kill in the title, but they'll allow me to put slay. Because I was gonna put like, we're gonna kill the black beast of but you know, we can't put kill. I'm pretty sure that happened like Tyler 1. It was like in like his offline stream chat, he was like talking with like a longtime viewer and friend, and how he's gonna like kill him at TwitchCon, and they took offense to that. I know, I don't think it was Tyler 1, but it was someone Tyler 1 knew, I think.
Close enough. You need to put up your Hawke talk thing, by the way.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
I like how this is the branding we're going with right now. The images.
Yeah.
I'm not opposed. It works fairly well for everything.
See, when we change them, we gotta make like a quiet pact. And we never bring it up again, but we switch to these every Sunday stream. I know there's this one VTuber, she's an absolute sweetheart. I think it's Prayers from Abigail, where she straight up does have like Sunday school and like Bible reading stuff. But it's also cool because every donation made on Sundays is it goes straight to charity.
That is too wholesome for this godforsaken website.
Oh, she's an absolute sweetheart. Oh, hello, Lexicon. I can't believe I never placed her accent as Jamaican. Whether or not that's intention, but it fits. This man, he also likes Shelka. Cultured.
What?
Join me in my crippling weakness for dark-skinned anime girls.
Fuck it, we ball.
Yeah. Hey, dude, and then they have red hair, it's fucking over for me, my guy. I'm just
Had a
waiting.
monkey
Oh.
brain moment.
Oh, you tell.
There's just a vehicle in War Thunder that I've wanted for years. It just magically appeared. And I'm quite excited for it. But anyway, sorry.
Very good. Dark skin plus tomboy plus fang equals okay. Yep. The dark skin tom. Dude. You know, at first, I didn't really like the changes that they did for, like, what was it, My Adventures with Superman? Because Jimmy Olsen's another case of, like, one of the 20 DC ginger-haired characters that got turned into a black person. Well, I think they cracked the code with Lois Lane, because that is, like, the archetypal, like, tomboy design, you know? Short, dark hair, dark skin. It grew on me.
As I get older, I realize that my type, unfortunately, is pretty much Lois Lane from that fucking TV show.
Lois Lane from that show is powerful, dude. I kind of want to watch it because it looks like I got a good dynamic for in Superman. Cause he's just like, I don't know how to describe Superman, at least from what I've seen. He's like, he's like the quiet, gentle type. He's a good counterbalance, I think.
Like, man, if the woman I end up marrying isn't an actual threat to my well-being physically, then I'm not doing something right. I'm just gonna say that outright.
You know, I need to look up the term for this because I think I accidentally discovered a type I'm into. Let me see if this is the proper nomenclature.
No.
If I could spell that right. No, this is just a fucking specific character. So, there is, I believe it's an archetype of goth, where instead of like black, usually, they wear a lot of red. And this came about because he saw Lane carry laser vision. Yes. But, so, I was looking at gacha games again, and I know I have a visceral hatred for them. But, you know, can you really say you're not a battered spouse if you're playing a gacha game? And so, I found this, like, really shitty, cheap Chinese one. And I know it's shitty and cheap because the localization is dog shit. And all of the art for the characters is AI generated. And a lot of them are like fake characters. Well,
I
here's
don't know whether to shame you or not.
Well, here's the kicker, and you know me. The reason I downloaded it is because it was free, like most gachas. And the main selling point for me is you can customize all the characters. Like even like ones that have like official art. And I didn't realize this until afterwards, but I basically made like a red goth chick wielding a scythe.
Understandable.
You know, Data Live. I've heard the name, but I've never watched it. What was the? There was one that my uncle really liked. It was. I know her name. It's like the teacher's name is like Tirja Lunatic or something. Tirja Lunatic. Wait, why does it say Black Cat? Wiki. Oh, Televeru, that's the one he likes. Hi, Kazuki. So you made Ruby Rose, but with dress. Yeah. Well, don't get me wrong. I don't like using sides, but the character that they start you with can never leave your party. And the options are Scythe, which is basically like your frontline DPS. You've got the Sniper Rifle, which is like your backline shooter. And then a Katana, and I'm not that much of a fucking weeb.
Yet.
Plus, I think the
The longer you
sides eventually
stream.
can look like spears. Ruby's an interesting concept, their storytelling is trash. Monty actually, I'll give him credit for this. While the storytelling is trash, the rules he set up for characters is actually probably why like the fandom is so popular and why everyone pretty much has a Ruby OC at some point. Because it's what they gotta be named after a color, and they gotta be a fictional character from a story, and then their weapon has to be a melee weapon and a ranged weapon. Like that's once you have those rules, you can make a lot of OCs out of that. Like some of the more like vague name concepts, like Adam, like what the fuck, that's not a color. Adam actually means red in whatever language it was, or like has red in the name meaning. And I know a lot about this because I like making characters, and the Japanese naming convention is a good way to do that. Of like a lot of the names of the characters are kind of like what they are. Like, what was like Noctis? It was like Night something or something or another, you know, that edgy boy. Because, you know, like, I'm pretty sure Noctis just straight just translates from Latin to black. Yeah, I guess for those curious about that gacha game, I think it's called like Legion Angel. You can taste the trash for yourself. It's really bad. Well, you know, I'm testing it out. Call otakus and you still watch lots of anime. It should mean night. Let me find out again. What was his last name? Was it Lucian? FF15 Noctis. Noctis Lucius Calum. So I'm just gonna grab his name here, and then I'm gonna put it in Latin to English translation. Night Light Sky. Ah yes, the character Night Light Sky. Fast, speed junk. Huge McRun fast. You ever see that clip, Vulcan? It was like Mystery Science Theater 3000. It's great. They're watching like some like shitty like 80s like action film, and throughout the whole thing they just give like super cheesy like 80s action hero names.
Sorry, I just had to fucking lock in it. I don't like using that word, but my Zoomer brain is kind of burning right now because of high-speed gameplay.
That's fair.
Fuck, fuck, fuck. I'm
Never
killing myself.
played FF, but I can translate the Latin backwards. I play Fire Emblem and most of those of Western-inspired designs. It's always interesting when like anime tries to incorporate more like Western fantasy styles. I mean, that's how it got like Record of Lodoss War, and subsequently Sword World. Alright, speaking of Fire Emblem, I think I found a game to play for the birthday stream, which is on the 14th. I'm ripping out my Sega games collection And we're gonna play the old, like, plug-and-play games I played throughout my entire childhood. You know, a little Sonic, a little Altered Beast, some Kid Chameleon, Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, the superior version of Tetris. So, if you want to ruin friendships, play Mean Bean Machine. And it's also got things on there like Shining Force. Or Golden Axe too. I played a lot of Golden Axe. I never got far in it, but I played a lot of it. I do remember one summer I tried playing Shining in the Darkness, which is the prequel to Shining Force. And, so Vulcan, you know how well... we played Lethal Company together. You know how good I am at maps, right?
This man cannot read a map to save his life.
No, I got lost in Final Fantasy 13, and most of those maps are straight line, or I got turned around in them. And my general rule when we played Lethal Company together was I always go right, because if you go through a maze, you keep going right, by process of elimination, you'll get everything. I still got fucking lost trying to get out. Granted, I had monsters up my ass, but that's all Shining in the Darkness is. That was the game where you needed graph paper and you had to like physically map out the dungeon. I still remember that fucking crab. So drop you in the center of the maze, no. Yeah. Well, I mean, if we just keep going right, eventually we'll hit a wall. And then we'll just snake our way around. It might take us like 10 times as long, but... Open, here's a tactic. You ever go to a restaurant that had like those little like maze maps for kids?
Yeah.
Did you always start at the starting point, and did you go backwards and start the way out?
Starting point.
Okay, I always went the way out. I don't know why, but I always did it faster that way.
Well, yeah, it's easier to find the way out that way.
Hawke, how do you go through dungeons if you have Zora syndrome, aka the no navigation skills? A lot of combat. Just sheer attrition, I guess.
He may not even be good at the combat.
Yeah. Well, you know, I don't go down, so... Well, unless the monster buys me dinner first. Or, you know, is shapely, then I go down. Oh, it's just my fans on. You probably can hear that. It's fucking hot lately, there we go. I designed a few dungeons specifically to break those tropes. They don't work. Game design for the win. Damn you! Making me use my brain.
Oh no, critical thinking.
Oh yeah, no, I relate to Zora on a spiritual level with how often he gets lost. Wasn't that like the whole thing? Because that's a point one. Last thing I remember reading in the manga was what happened to Ace in the end. And it wasn't... So, at that point, Vulcan, there was a time skip. And, you know, some of them went off to go train to be badasses. I'm pretty sure Zoro, that was his plan, and for like the 2-year, like the 2-year time skip or whatever, he just got lost. For those 2 years or some shit. I think the funniest one was Sanji. He was like a he was basically like Brock from Pokemon, where if it was a woman, he would try and flirt with them, and he would immediately fall in love with them. And so for his entire training arc, he was stuck on an island with a bunch of cross-dressing men. And so he had no female contact whatsoever. And then when the group finally all got back together for the first fight, he was out of the fight because he had been so, like, dulled to the sense of women that the sheer sight of one caused him to pass out.
Average Redditor or Discord mod.
He had seen a woman so long, he immediately just fell over. All the blood immediately rushed to his dick. No blood anywhere else.
Oh no! A woman.
I haven't seen one of those in literally a year. I've just been chased by gay men for an entire year.
I mean, someone call that a win.
Not Sanji, though. Because he was a very handsome cook. God, and then fucking Luffy. So there's like, I think there's like 3 main like waifus in One Piece. There's Nami, who's the redhead. You got Nico Robin, who's the hand chick. And then you got Boa Hancock. Fate worse than death. But, so Boa Hancock's thing is, if you find her attractive, she can turn you to stone, I believe. And she's in love with the main character, Luffy. But, and I quote the creator, none of them are ever going to be in a relationship because they all love adventure so much. So he's got like the whole like anime protagonist thing, like he just does not understand why this woman has the hots for him. So he's completely immune to her effects. Granted, I mean, you've probably seen the way the guy draws women in One Piece. They kind of look like balloon animals now in a way. Or like, they look like Jessica Rabbit.
It varies every 50 episodes.
Yeah, because he just keeps evolving. Nami looked very normal in the beginning, and then she just became hips and breasts. She started looking like a Blizzard female character where they're like 50% legs. What, 50% legs and then like 20% shoulder pads?
Nothing midriff armor wise.
I mean, if you look at Heroes of the Storm, Jaina, that pretty much sums them up. And then Tracer's got legs for days.
I see nothing but wins.
I remember back in the sad days of how much Blizzard has censored their own game. I mean, we all remember how they censored Tracer's ass. But I also remember there was a magazine and like a shitty little outhouse in the corner of one of the maps. And it was like the Overwatch swimsuit edition magazine. And someone had a fucking conniption over it, and they immediately had a fucking patch. It's not easy patching a game, by the way. And they immediately had to go and patch it out.
It's almost like people cannot handle anything anymore because there's a very vocal minority that are nothing but... Ooh, I can't say those words on stream. You get my meaning.
Yeah,
they're just terrible. They're horrible dregs of humanity. And the way this certain group is portrayed in Japanese media is absolutely fucking hilarious.
I mean, this is also Overwatch we're talking about, right? Like, the only reason that game is still alive is because of, like, the Rule 34. It's certainly not because of Overwatch 2 and how stellar of a game it is and the promises they kept. It's a good thing they got rid of it, or the community would have rioted. It's a good thing they got rid of it, or the community would have rioted because they hadn't made a real one yet. Yeah, they're gonna make like the sexy like Overwatch calendar for charity, like Markiplier. Oh, what's that guy doing now? Last thing I ever heard about Markiplier was he was like trying to make a Iron Lung movie. And I think I saw him in like an ad for something. Does he still like do YouTube?
Yeah, he does. This stuff occasionally pops up on my feed.
It's been so long. I'm more of a mainly badass hero guy. Actual name. And again, the one I watch is more like, I think he got up on the trend of Coffin and Andy and Lele before everybody else. If you play enough shitty little indie games, indie horror games, you'll eventually find the one that becomes popular.
Yes.
Hawke, Goblin Slayer party that actually survived the slaughter. I'm here to prove a point. When I, you know, that's always the thing, right? Is like say, I will die on this hill. No, I will fucking die on this hill. I am bitching out like most people. So when I say like Jade from Dragon Quest 11 is better than Tifa, I'm standing on this hill by myself. I'm holding the standard high. I may have lost an arm already, but no, I think Jade's better. Granted, I don't like Final Fantasy 17, so I'm a little biased. We don't need no fucking magic users in our party. I've found a way to circumvent the need for elemental damage. I shall play a songs of fire and ice. And then Kazuki's gonna just swing their sword around with elemental damage. But what if magic users also wield pistols? If they can wield pistols, then I'm just gonna go grab a gunslinger. The real man. He makes the gun himself, ain't no magic tricky bullshit. There is... You might appreciate this one, Vulcan. Adapt. Adapt. No, I'll just circumvent and overcome. I'm gonna pull like a 5D chess JoJo move. So Kazuki is a Landsknecht, right? He is. I'm the troubadour, Vulcan's the medic because he was really smart about it. He knew it was a dungeon crawling game and we needed a healer. And then we also got a protector and a dark hunter. So I have bad news. Oh no. But anyways, Vulcan, in the second game they added a gunner class. And I kid you not, they're basically just Russians.
Ow.
I'll send you pictures. Landsknecht attack doesn't deal elemental damage unless another elemental attack has hit already. We'll be fine. This is why I got the backup plan as me as the troubadour. Let's see here. Where is the Degeneracy wiki I have saved? E. Ew, I still have the Epic 7 wiki saved. Back when I used to play that. That game hooked me immediately because I got a 5-star, like, tan MILF woman with red hair. Like, you fuckers are already playing to my weakness. Touché. And she was basically Roy Mustang. Okay, here we go. Here's a good picture. Oh, and also to solidify this even more, Vulcan, in Stream BC, there is an animal class, and one of them can in fact be a bear. Laser plus flame song is pretty damn strong. Yeah, see?
Okay, the top two not so much. The bottom two, absolutely.
Yeah.
And why does the one on the left just look like the one on the right, but with an adult face? There was no height change. It's you have a child, and now you have a midget.
Oh, dude, don't even get me started about the evolution of this person's art. Because, let's put it this way, you've seen Senran Kagura. You know, the one having like a general like body shape. It's kind of like the halfway between now of that and Senran Kagura art style. With like body types.
Horrible.
Yeah, see where the animal companions you can get. Oh, you could go Ronin Warriors and you have a white tiger. Like a white saber cat. There's obviously the bear, the wolf, or you could have a murder panda.
Fuck.
If we ever get to the point, the one I'm really excited for is 3. Because they have the monk as like the healer class. Here's a character named Seiri from Fire Emblem Awakening. He's from a country kingdom called Chanzen. Although I hate how they never touch on certain characters' backstories again because fuck character development, I guess. But there's a lot of characters in Fire Development. Yeah. There's a lot of characters in Fire Emblem. Because, you know, it used to be like, the reason the guy made it is because he's like tired of all this like namby-pamby bullshit. and he wanted to express the real horrors of war, which is why when characters used to die, they died permanently. I don't know if they still do, but most people would probably just relive the save if that's the case. And now it's just kind of a waifu husbando simulator. And then occasionally there's like turn-based strategy. I'll tell you, have you seen the latest one, Fire Emblem Engaged mains character?
No, I have not.
Their character design is fucking offensive. It's probably because it came out on the Switch, but their hair is red and blue and it's split down the middle. It's like bright red and blue too.
Remember when having different colored hair was cool and not just a cry for help because you don't know what gender you are?
Yeah. Engage is full of VTubers. See, this is what I'm telling you, dudes. The hipsters steal everything. Remember when it was cool to have dyed color hair? Remember when it was badass to wear beanies? Remember when it was badass to have beards? Or tattoos? Or leather jackets? Fucking hipsters, man, they ruin everything they touch.
This is why my tattoos are all American traditional coloring, because that is still badass.
Hell yeah, brother.
I fucking hate these matte black little gay ass fucking tattoos. If I get a tattoo, it's gonna be in full color. I don't care if I'm gonna, look like a fucking clown shit on me whenever I'm 80 and it's all faded away. I don't care. Because I doubt I'm gonna live past 40, so fuck it, we ball.
Yeah, what's gonna happen when you do live to 40, though?
Bad things, because that means I'm still in the government.
Oh no, the consequences of my actions have caught up to me. Hipsters can't steal freedom. They'll probably find a way. The communists could infiltrate American politics. I'm sure the hipsters will try.
As your local Fed, yes, they can.
Oh, that's right. You've seen some of the people that have integrated into the military. It's a lot like Texas, isn't it? The Californians start moving in.
Dude, it's just bad. Like, it's infuriating.
She likes bright, vivid colors. I do like that. That's why I'm like one of the only few people that hasn't bitched about Avowed. But like bright blue on bright red as a hairstyle is very meh. I'd rather just stick to one. Go with the red, because we've already got enough blue-haired protagonists in Fire Emblem. Well, it works for anime, yeah. I didn't like it. I didn't like Penny at first from Pokemon Scarlet and Violet because of the exact same hairstyle. But, as I've seen more art and, kind of looked in their story, she's kind of grown on me and she's kind of adorable. Even though she's a fucking nerd weeb and a filthy hacker. Which, now that I think about it, she might be like a, I know she's definitely hacked into basically like the World Bank. But she might also be on the level of a terrorist, given Pokemon's scale. Unless the Pokemon school is just its own unit, in which case I guess not. But this is Pokemon we're talking about. You literally can't not have anything related to Pokemon as your job. I know, because I know you already play a blue-black deck. I'm prepared for fuckery. I'm the meathead that plays, like, either a red deck or a green deck. I know, if I'm probably playing with a teammate, I'd probably go, like, white-green. Because that's just, like, the turbo support deck. I remember one time I saw one with a white-green deck and they had like over 100 HP. And they still lost. Like nature and family. I like Face Punch. I like Smork. Oh god, no one really uses Smork anymore on Twitch, do they? That's just kind of that's kind of an old emote now. It's been buried by the shit ton of like advertisement emotes Twitch made that nobody uses. Wait, you can multiplayer magic? Yeah, it's like It's like 2 versus 2. Then again, white-green also works on yourself, because if you just have a shit ton of HP and you have a shit ton of minions, how are they gonna stop you? Because green's all about growth, and then white's usually about, like, summoning ads. And, like, I guess support, by bolstering them. Blue-black's philosophy is you reach untapped potential. I was never here. Don't let the rules imparted by people weigh you down. Yeah, it's just black is, like, generally evil. Like, ah, yes, I care not for your morality. I will use these corpses as I see fit. And blue and black are, like, the tricky kind of decks. So, that's fun. Black anything can be pretty punishing. Because, like, black red is, like, turbo punish. It's like, ah, yeah, so I'm gonna fuck you over and also do damage. I also don't see the world in black and white. Yeah, you can get into more relativism there, but that kind of gets into like the sin of sloth if you think about it. That's why I don't like more relativism. That sometimes it's just an excuse to let people do what they do. Fucking mages, am I right? The blue-black wizards are a good example of why I hate mages. Or I should say wizards. I'm fine with, like, clerics. I like clerics. I like wisdom-based casters. Casters. Bleh. Can you tell I'm running on one brain cell tonight? There's a guild in Magic the Gathering that represents blue-black. They call them Demir. And they're definitely not shady. And that the guilds don't know they exist. Speaking of, like, kind of like that, I kind of went into, like, a deep dive lore of the Tales of... Not Tales of, Legend of Heroes. And you probably don't know anything about that, Vulcan, do you? So it's made by Falcom, who did like the Yi series, and I know there's at least... So there's 3 series, I think. There's Trails in the Sky, Trails of Azure, and Trails of Cold Steel. I think there's probably 3 of each game, and they're all connected to each other. They're like the video game Marvel Cinematic Universe before... the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Huh.
I'm playing a sorcerer in a campaign with 19 strength. Fist Wizard! Oh, mighty Fist Wizard, please show us your magic. Very well. I cast Fist. Just blows up a mountain like it's Dragon Ball Z.
Basically a monk with fucking scroll of fireball at him.
Yeah. You get all those nice touch attacks that hit touch AC. I outdamaged our barbarian. Yeah, that's kind of why I got out of Pathfinder, because I mean, fucking everything revolves around magic in Pathfinder. It's ridiculous. I think there's what in 2nd edition there's like 3 or 4 classes that have no magic whatsoever, and then the rest are all magic to some degree. They have such a hard-on for magic, especially in 1st edition. And when you have to plan around a power gamer who's been power gaming for like 2 decades, it kind of leaves a bad taste in your mouth. They ask a bunch of questions and you gotta be careful answering, otherwise there's gonna be some bad fuck shit that happens. Really, I have a tail and 2 claws, Draconic Bloodline, so I get 3 attacks a turn. It's hilarious. I haven't cast a single damaging spell. Do they have the Shifter in 2nd edition, I wonder? Because that was actually kind of a cool class. It was like Drew without the magic bullshit, where they just like shapeshifted and they were more kind of like a forest monk. And I went through the archetypes for that class. There is an archetype that replaces your entire body and basically makes you a slime girl. It's just funny. What are some other meme ones I found? Like, the Vigilante class has basically a Sailor Moon archetype. It even, like, goes into describing the rules for your magical girl transformation effects. Talk about how, like, there's a bright light effect that with noise and shit, and it takes, like, an entire round to transform.
That's kind of funny and kind of terribly sad.
Yeah. Oh, dude, and the Vigilante also has an archetype that lets you either be Spider-Man, Wolverine, or Hawkman. Be fairy in D&D. Tie people's shoes. That is one of the things in, the class that I think is really cool thematically is the Oracle, which is the equivalent of if the cleric was more of like a sorcerer than a wizard. And their whole thing is that they have a drawback, is just like their curse. And one of them is like a Fae Prankster, which is just like a Fae just constantly fucks with you. So it takes you longer to act in initiative. Like, fuck, dude, this fairy tied my shoes again, god damn it. Or like they make like fart noises when you're talking to somebody. Been a rogue boy for a long time. I did play a rogue in the Pathfinder sessions over on YouTube, but I kind of like mixed it with like a little bit of Shadow Dancer just to spice it up a little bit. I actually cross-blooded with Shape Changer, so once I got Form of the Dragon, I paid Dragon for hours with a single cast. It's probably more supposed to last 10 minutes every caster level at 3rd level. Jesus. It's since Lord of the Rings. Yeah. If you go back far enough, I will tie in the Lord of the Rings. Which is why I fucking hate Dwarf lore in Pathfinder. Because, I mean, Vulcan, you probably know this, like, dwarves are generally lawful good.
Yeah.
I have no fucking clue why they're still lawful good in Pathfinder. Because here's their lore. Basically, Tolkien orcs drove them out of their home. Okay. Dwarves fought back, got their homeland back. Great. Alright, we established a kingdom. The hierarchy fucked up when we lost our kingdom to the orcs again. Fuck. Okay, we'll move somewhere else. Okay, we established a new hierarchy because of this one badass dwarf. Fuck, the aristocracy fucked up again and we lost our entire homeland. Okay, we'll start over here. Fuck, a mountain blew up. Fuck, now the evil dwarf god is enslaving all of us and making us kill ourselves through work. Why do they still listen to their hierarchy at this point? You'd think they'd be like the most like chaotic people ever that just hate the government. It's happened like 4 or 5 times in the cycle and they still do not get the picture. Granted, dwarves are stubborn, but come on. I remember this is when we were like trying to like I was like doing like Starfinder stuff and I was making a bunch of lore and I ended up making dwarves like super like blue collar like mechanic dudes. I think because I also put like a quote for each race and he was like, yeah, you know, when I get home I'm gonna either watch TV with my wife or I'm gonna go work on the power armor I got in the garage. Either way, I was probably sleeping in the garage tonight. Although looking back, I accidentally also did the dwarves lost their homeland, but granted, that's more for Eldritch Horror reasons than orcs. That's right, you were like a, oh god, what was the class you were? You were the soldier, but you were like the Rune Knight archetype, I think. Which is kind of cool for a dwarf.
I barely even remember that.
Yeah, it was a while ago. I still got the notes somewhere because I don't get rid of anything. Because here's how crazy I go. We had one guy, he refused to play like with us. Says like, alright, well I'm gonna do this world building stuff. Do you at least want to be a character in that? He's like, I want to fuck all the bitches. And
Oh, okay.
And I actually went kind of hard with that, like, alright, this is Gazan here. He's a fucking tiefling, and he's one of like the 7 big crime lords, and he's an embodiment of lust. He's got fucking his fingers in everyone's pocket, because, you know, he's got all the ladies, and, you know, politicians talk sometimes when their pants are down, and you don't want to fuck with this man. Like, there you go.
Yes, let me fuck this man specifically. Thank you very much.
Oh, what is it like in John Wick? Fuck, the information that was priceless, John. Do you know how much blackmail was in there? I know which politicians like little boys, and now that's all gone.
I'll be back in a minute.
But, you know, it's kind of like that. It's like, well, I see. You do not wish to agree to my evil crime boss lobbying tactics. I wonder how your wife would feel if I told them that you hired one of my call girls. I wouldn't mind doing a D&D session where we start out locked up on this island jail, and most of our journey is spent trying to escape. That'd be dope as fuck. Yeah. Every once in a while, I'll try doing like these like creative exercises. And this one kind of came from this book series. It became award-winning, where the guy had to put like 2 random concepts together and try to make like a bestseller, and he did. And what he did was, it was the Lost Roman Legion and Pokemon. And so I tried doing that, and I just took 2 random games, and what were they? One was The Last Guardian, I believe. And I think the other one was... oh god, what was that game? It was Gothic. So I came up with a setting of like this guy gets thrown into basically evil Yggdrasil, which is just massive fucking world tree. I mean, you're probably here for Eternazi, so you know about Yggdrasil. And so I was like, alright, you're sentenced to death, but you're throwing me in the giant murder tree. Yes, death by imprisonment, because there's a bunch of monsters in there. And the entire idea of the game or story was the protagonist tries to get out after making a pact with like an eldritch being, and he kind of gets like a monster that he would like. Gameplay wise, it kind of be a little bit like Haunting Ground, but like your choices actually affect how the thing comes out. So like if you pick more aggressive like dialogue options, their attack would probably go up. But if you're more compassionate, it'd probably be more of a support enemy. So that was a cool idea, kind of like a grim dark fairy tale fucked up thing. This is the reason. It's from one of the D&D sets. Look up the card if you can, Hawke. Nemesis of Reason. I also was doing one, I think it was last night, where it was like on MTG Nemesis of Reason. And it was basically going along with the 5 Chinese elements, you know, fire, water, earth, wood, and metal. But metal will be wind. Oh. Yep. Blue-black. Whenever Nemesis Reason attacks, defending player puts the top 10 cards on his or her library into his or her graveyard. Words describing it fail. Pages relating to it shrivel. Tales recounting it end. But, so I just take, like, the base fantasy races, apply them to a certain element, and then kind of, like, go counterclockwise one, so, like, humans were fire, dwarves were earth, and, like, elves were wood, fish people were obviously water, and I put halflings as wind. So, dwarves became wind, and, like, how the fuck am I gonna do this? And I came up with the idea of, like, gold-skinned dwarves, but they also have a massive fucking horn on their head that can conduct lightning. They're basically, they shout at storms on the plains, and that's Like, fucking strike me down, bitch. Make them more like thunder based, and then I think just off the top of my head, I basically made Egyptian elves, like Egyptian dark-skinned elves. They just can't fight reflective golems, magic bounces right off them. So sky dwarves, not sky dwarves. Yeah, because I didn't just want to give them like wings or something, so I just kind of made like thunder dwarves. Sky dwarves could be funny. I know there's like some racial traits of like mountain dwarves and Pathfinder where it's like, you know, we fought a lot of dragons, so we're good at fighting airborne enemies. And then the fish folk became like ninja like forest gecko people because they got the wood element. I think humans end up getting earth. Yeah, I like doing like little like creative exercises like that every once in a while. It kind of gets like the juices flowing. It's kind of like, this is what you got. Work with it. Now if we need, I could have sworn space elves, not the Eldari. With that, we don't need elves so horny that they fuck a chaos god in existence and wipes out 90% of their race. There's big numbers for Warhammer, especially when you're as debaucherous as them. Yeah, I made like fire elves, which... So I thought about this because I heard someone say it and I kind of agree with them, right? It's like, okay, we have elves. We've got wood elves, we got high elves, we got tower elves, we got snow elves, we've got night elves, we got void elves. What do we have for dwarves? Fucking dirt people. Well, I'll just take up there for solid. Yeah. Oh god, we get into Coda. I need to read Coda because I hear that it's just a trip. But it's non canonical Elder Scrolls lore. It gets like super sci-fi. Which, as a guy that listens to like dungeon synth, I kind of have like that like fantasy sci-fi kind of sound is really cool. So I can vibe with that. Simple. One brain cell. I passed out on the floor for like 2 hours before I got like an hour of sleep. The night before. Maybe I need to tap back into my crippling ASMR addiction. And maybe like actually like trying to start do like the ASMR ideas I had, because like a few months ago I had an idea for like doing kind of like a Monster Boy encyclopedia ASMR idea. And I've got a few good ones. Like what was one? Like the idea there's a yay like, hey yo, I know there's like how would I explain this? So the way I think I wrote it down in my notes was Yeti culture is kind of divided into like two sides. There was kind of like the warrior, like northern barbarian kind of culture, and then there was the what it was the two cultures were together, but one spouse was always like the tanky warrior and the other was like the supportive healer, and it was like a tank and spank kind of like combo combat situation for their culture. And I think the Yeti rescued the listener, and they were like a healer, taught them about their culture and make sure they didn't freeze to death. There's this weird woman in Serbia that dances all by herself at night, and the dark people are really weird. And she's dancing with herself in the moonlight. What else was there? I also had like some meme ideas, like if I wanted to get like really weird and spicy, just like call up like GF listener and just tell them about like the Umbreon copy pasta. Or like Like, boyfriend ASMR, your boyfriend calls you while you're at the soup store. Hey babe, I need you to come over real fast. What do you mean? Just go to the next aisle. What do you mean there's just more soup? Then get out of the soup aisle. What do you mean there's just more soup? Where are you right now? Why are you buying clothes at the soup store?
The fuck did I come back to?
I'm shooting ASMR ideas. And one of them is your boyfriend calls you while you're at the soup store. Sci-fi fantasy is cool and all, but there's just something special about and nostalgic about medieval fantasy. Yeah. If you want to explore like classic kind of like old school fantasy music and maybe a little bit like that sci-fi, I definitely recommend checking out the genre dungeon synth. One of my personal favorites is a artist called Questmaster. Yeah, like the albums The 12 Towers, I think The 12 Kingdoms, and Sword and Circuitry are really good.
Oh, this is completely off topic, but I did something so deliciously evil and spiteful.
What did you do?
So, you know how I left my Switch with my ex all those months ago?
Yeah.
Every game on that Switch was tied to my Nintendo account.
Did you delete your Nintendo account?
No, but I locked her out of it. I finally went and said, fuck it. And I was like, there's something I haven't changed my password on yet. So I changed my password and locked it out of all devices. And I feel so impossibly petty right now.
I know, it's probably been enough time. They have no fucking clue what happened. Like, why can't I get access to this anymore?
Like, the only thing they can play are the cartridge games, but stuff like Hollow Knight, which was her favorite fucking game.
Dude,
Oopsie,
bitches love
can't play it anymore.
Dude, what is it about Hollow Knight where women just love Hollow Knight?
Listen, I'm zesty enough I can say this. The aesthetic of it is fucking amazing. I love it. It is a beautiful fucking game.
You know what it is? I bet it channels all their like, because you know you have like these like archetypes in school. One of the most annoying when I was in like middle school was the Invader Zim girl, where they like wear the Gur t-shirts and they'd be all wacky and quirky. I feel like that aesthetic kind of like is Invader Zim adjacent enough. It kind of brings it back for them.
I can see that. I can really see that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you like shave the horns off, the main character kind of looks like Gur. Is that real? The Invader Zim girl archetype? Dude, there were so many of them back when I was in like middle school.
They were around when I was growing up too. It was pretty insane. But also, I don't know what it is, but where I lived over time shifted from a weird Midwestern rural style town. But I think that's just like the early 2000s kind of archetype. Is now the Midwest is just its whole thing. It's like stuck in the early 2000s, and I love it. But it went from that kind of like lifestyle and people to just pure redneck out of nowhere. But I remember that fucking like punk, like Invader Zim style that people had back then.
Yeah, there's also a weird connection with the women around me that were like that kind of archetype, where they also really were into like Soul Eater, the anime. Invader Zim is pretty dead by the time I got into. Yeah, well, that's the thing too. Is like Invader Zim it had been off the air since I was like a child. So that's the weird part. Is just they just keep selling Invader Zim merch. They get really into it. Yeah. Well, where's some other like archetypes? There's like the horse girl. I've never actually met a horse girl, which is weird considering where I live. SCP-096. Don't get me started about that one. I shit you not. I think I accidentally converted my exes into like thinking that plague doctors are sexy. They are fashionable, but like after they have admitted, both of them have admitted to me like, yeah, you know, after we started dating, I kind of found them sexy. It's the beaks, isn't it? No one's into anime.
Wear the
here.
mask in bed.
No. It's like, alright, baby, you ready? Babe, what the fuck? Oh, I could get sick. This is peak COVID, sweetheart. This is wear like the entire uniform. I even got like the herbs in the beak.
Yes, dick and vagine. No, the air will make me sick. The air will kill me.
I mean, Yautja women are hot, not gonna lie. I'm with you.
Burn
But
it
then
the
again,
stake. Burn it the stake, both of you. Be
you
gone.
can't stop us. You can't stop all us monster fuckers. We're legion, we're many.
I at
So-
least know where you are, so I can stop you.
Yeah. It's like that quote I put the other day about that when like Zito sent something about monster fuckers calling me out, and I put the Flash Gets Furry quote of like, you can't stop us, we're an idea, so long as there are lonely boys without fathers to play catch with, or like lonely homeschool kids with an internet connection, or Asians. We will never die.
I mean, it's everything but the face, Kazuki. That's just it for me. I don't.
I mean, I've seen some really good art of them. Of course, there's also a lot of like, there's this weird thing of like making like monster women like super wholesome and cute. Like what was the classic one? Like the xenomorph in a sweater saying "My human." Cause that's the thing, Vulcan. Sometimes it's not about fucking the monster. Sometimes it's about the emotional connection of seeing past the monster. Let it never be said I ever dated a woman exclusively for their looks. If my internet history is to go by.
I mean, shit. I dated 2 disabled girls. I don't know how I ended up in those situations, but fuck it, we ball question mark. I don't know, man. My life's a roller coaster. I'm not even the fucking main character. I'm just, along for the ride.
Yeah.
Whatever happens, happens. I can't fucking change it.
I mean, they turned McDonald's into a waifu. Have you seen the Japanese McDonald's ads with the ginger-haired mom? That was bound to happen. Any more cute monstrosities beyond human comprehension? Dan's like, I want you to draw me a monster girl. Okay, what do you want? Like, what do you want from the Monster Girl Encyclopedia? No, you don't understand. I want a fucking monster. I'd make her cute. Make her hold like, I don't know, a fucking Inuyasha body pillow or something. The NTR is a lie. No NTR. Alright, so this is when I was very curious. This is a bad segue, but hear me out. I was looking to see if there's like wholesome NTR, right? Like, and I did manage to find one. But basically the premise of the story was there was this woman living in an apartment with her basically deadbeat fucking boyfriend that was a shitty musician, and he refused to get a job. So she eventually had to break down and say, fuck it, I'm gonna have to start like cooking or something. And the first person to hire her was the fucking Chad neighbor named Bob. And Bob had feelings for her. And it turns out Bob really good at sex. And so after that, she realized like, man, I deserve so much fucking better than the shit my boyfriend gives me. And so she was gonna break up with her boyfriend. Boyfriend came over because I think he was also stealing her money. Yeah, that's what it was. She was stealing the money she was squirreling away. So boyfriend came over, saw her in Bob's place, like, what the fuck? She just fucking socks her boyfriend and says, fuck it, Bob's my boyfriend now. And it ends with such a wholesome thing of like, hey, I'm really excited, I'm gonna tell my brother that I'm gonna bring a girlfriend to the family reunion. It was so wholesome. So getting rid of an asshole. Through the power of sex, though. And just being incredibly wholesome. I find some interesting ones. It's not always about the sex, it's about the emotional connection. Otherwise, you would become a degenerate. Not the best start to a relationship. I mean, they were basically friends before that as well, I guess. I don't know, it's been a while since I've read it. Because I dare not venture too deep into the NTR tags. Because...
Don't venture in there at all.
Yeah,
Stay
no.
away.
Well, Vulcan, sometimes, you know, I'll just put, like, MILF or something. And that includes everything with MILFs in it. It's like, fuck, there's NTR in here. If the other person isn't crying, it's not real NTR. No, if you can tell that the author wants to just mentally destroy you, it was probably a woman that wrote it. Because there's a conversation that someone that was far more experienced in it than me, where she was talking about how, like, you know, when guys write, they either want to be the cuck or the bull. But when a woman writes it, they want you to just fucking suffer and they want you to end yourself. Son. Mom, who is that? Mom. He's just a good friend of mine. So what I'm hearing is woman moment. Ew. Hi, Kane. I just realized there's so many purple names in chat. God. Here's another weird one that was like really wholesome. Was it was ASMR, and it was basically an older woman, and by older woman I mean like older woman.
Wait,
and
Oh, sorry, go on. I just noticed something interesting. I'll put it in VCG.
Yeah, for the NTR Slayer. But so I mean, obviously when you get like into that one, is like you basically having sex with a gilf. But the real selling point for me was like the emotional connection, because basically the setup was you were a volunteer, and you know they have those jobs of like volunteers will go to just be with older people who live by themselves, so they just have someone to communicate with. And you're basically getting evicted because they jacked your fucking rent up for college, and she basically became your sugar mommy. And it turns out like you were like the only person in her life. Like her kids, fucking shitheads, only ever talked to her when they needed something, and it became like this like oh yeah, the bots aren't in chat, but so it became this like thing of like, well, you know, you've basically been like this like sweet old lady, why don't you live it up a bit, you know? And you know, it just became wholesome. Like she sold the home that is just kind of like empty, and you two went on like an adventure cruise together. It was super cute. You know, once you get into like the weirder parts, it becomes more of like the emotional connection than the you know, the fucking bed sundering sex. This is probably gonna get super demonetized if I could get monetized. We're just talking about like hentai. And be her adopted kid, not the other thing. Sorry. Got to pass. Yeah, no, you understand, I have a crippling addiction to older women. If you've ever seen Grown Ups, I'm the, what's his name, is it Rob Schneider? I'm basically the Rob Schneider character. I don't want that leather coin first. I mean, they gotta play it up, right? It's like, you know, you still look real good for your age there, ma'am. Yeah, it's like the Rob Schneider character is like, when he was a kid in school, he passed on all the girls because, you know, he was on the basketball team, and that's what women like. and he was going for like their moms. And then when he turned into an adult, like the age preference just went up as he aged. It didn't stay the same. Anime always makes mom look good. It's unrealistic. I have come to appreciate all forms of the human body after delving in deeper. The mom bod is where it's at. But the most dangerous thing is the dead mom haircut. If they got like the side ponytail, you know, kind of like Eren Yeager's mom, that's the dead mom haircut. They always die if they got that haircut. Let's not talk about Yu-Gi-Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh with the lolly mom. I don't know who that is, because I think the last thing like I ever really got into was 5Ds. It was 5Ds, it was GX, and that was the original series. But I will say this: when I was a teenager, one of my first like hardcore crushes was Akiza from 5Ds. She's basically had like a rose witch like aesthetic. And had the fucking garter belt for attire in the uncensored version, I've learned. I mean, they're hot sisters and hot moms. Dude, the fucking weirdest one for that with like the sisters was Baka and Test. Where like the dude's older sister came back because, shocker, parents aren't there in the anime. And she was like, it was a weird dynamic. It was like she like tried to like seduce him to freak him out and to like make him actually do shit because he was a lazy motherfucker. But it happened so often, I don't know if it was a joke or not. You know, we've known those people. Again, psychologically though, that's kind of fascinating. Because like, why does Japan have such a fixation on like moms and sisters? Because the men there are a bunch of incels that never leave their house. What are the only like women they can like come into contact to and form a basis of what to find attractive? The people that live with them, their moms and their sisters. It's fucked, but it's interesting that that's the cause.
Sweet mother of God, I gotta stop zoning out when you're just going off.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
A one-shot kill sister where the sister literally tries to fuck the little bro even after getting isekai'd. You mean when they get hit by the truck? Oh no, Oni-chan's gore is all over the pavement. I will love it and cherish it forever.
I will lick the gore off the payment.
I'm gonna put it in a plastic baggie, I'm gonna put it on my shrine. Totally not insane.
I could say something horrible, but I'm not going to. I just had a terrible idea, and I'm just gonna keep it to myself.
I'm gonna consume it, and then it'll be inside me forever.
No, what I was gonna say is far fucking worse. It is genuinely like I should go to a psych ward after thinking.
Is it a necrophilia joke? Because I've made a lot of those. This is why I can't play like Quiplash with people anymore, because for some reason last time I played, my mind immediately reverted to necrophilia.
Respectfully, I'm not gonna say a goddamn word.
Understandable. Yeah, I came up with that off the cuff. Going back to my exes, both of them had a thing for like yanderes. So there were times where I like played it up a little bit, and apparently they said I was like scarily good at it.
Kazuki, that's if you can get me into the straitjacket.
Yeah.
Y'all are gonna have a situation. Oh, Hawke, you remember that one guy came to my house, or was like trying to threateningly?
Oh yeah, where he like you met
I was
his
on
like
the porch until fucking 3 in the morning.
what was it? It was like you met his like, was it his girlfriend or his ex-girlfriend?
It was his ex-girlfriend. I was with her.
And then you just like made fun of him.
I made fun of him a lot when I saw him in school, and then one day he was like, you know what? Maybe I'll try. He posted something on his Snapchat story threatening my life. And then I was waiting most of the evening because I had nothing to do. It was a fucking weekend because he can't do it on school night because he's a pussy. And he drove up my driveway. I lived out in the boonies. My driveway was a mile long. I could see his headlights from the fucking driveway. It was like 1:32 in the morning. I can't remember. It was literally before the sun was up, but my dad was asleep. That's how late it was.
Mm-hmm.
And he was driving up the driveway, and I shot his headlight out. And I never saw a car just pull a fucking 3-point turn and burn out of there.
Yeah, wasn't it like you
I
and
was-
her were like sending him like text messages?
Oh, the entire time, yeah.
I believe
it was
when that was
It-
burned
no,
in my brain.
We're not gonna
was-
get we're not into the details of the messages because
Yeah.
some of them are bad, but it was funny. I was a spiteful man. I still am.
Yeah, in defense from
Man
what
got
you
cucked,
described.
basically.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm with you there, buddy. I've unfortunately had to do that too.
You know, Hawke. Over these few years I've known you all, I have been Mr. Steal Your Girl too many times, and it's always been unintentional. Like with my ex and the black guy.
Yeah.
Which is happening again, by the way. The girl I'm talking to now is also someone that he's trying to get with. I'm like his arch nemesis. It's sad. It's really funny.
See, man, this really, my God, I think we might actually be like the Chads, because how many times has it been where we had to like beat off creeps for women on Discord, and then we're also just happening to steal your girls? We're them.
It's funny. It's funny and sad.
We're gonna need to take a 23andMe test, and we're gonna find out like we're 100% them Malayan. I have learned to memorize Dracula flow quotes because for those that don't know, in the Cyber Sleuth Let's Play on YouTube, I have a sang Loopmon, and because they're a vampire, I thought it would be funny to every time they use their special ability, splice in a Dracula flow line. So, but the problem is I use them as one of my main three, so I've heard those quotes a lot already. 100% what now? Them Malayan, because the quote in Dracula Flow is, I took a DNA test, you know, I'm him, I've
Just
been
stream
him.
Dracula Flow. I think you can get away with it.
Yeah, no, I've seen
Because
reactions
people
of it.
watch it on Twitch.
Yeah. But the quote is like, I'm him, I've been him, always be him, took a 23andMe, I'm 100% Himalayan.
Kazuki, if I wanted that, I'd just go on the Kuwait deployment. I literally could just go to Kuwait next month if I wanted to. I don't want to.
PF creeps, olays, and creepy dudes on what you do, you. I live dangerously, I pick fights. You know, if you're not living on the edge, you're taking up too much space. You know, are you really living if there's not a small chance that an incel is gonna come to your house? Or that an older woman might accost you at a bar?
Hawke, do you want to know another situation I found myself in for the sake of entertainment at this point? So this girl I've been talking to, you know, the one with the same mental illnesses as me, because that's a fantastic combination. I'm getting ready to either disappear from the state or become a Fed and still disappear. Yeah, it's really bad. She has a stalker and has been filling me in on the situation recently. Basically, they're photoshopping pictures of a younger her doing certain acts. It's horrid. It's terrible. The whole situation is bad. The guy texts her parents. The guy does all this weird shit. The guy's sister.
Oh, am I dying? Yep. Come back to me!
And his
There we
family's
go.
all. Can we end him immediately? Okay, so here's the thing. Here's the thing with this guy. It is really bad.
Illegally?
Because he is genuinely like fucked up in the head. It gets worse. There's so much worse shit going on. I'm not going to get into it because there is actual legal action that will be taking place soon, hopefully. But I am really wanting to do a little sting operation because I've done this before with people where I pretend to be on their side, reach out to this guy. I did it with a mutual friend of me and Hawks a long time ago, Bunny. This was over Discord, and I still beat the fuck out of someone. But
Some Marty Chronicles.
With this guy, I want to reach out, pretend to be like some fucking, I don't know, pretend to be like a recruit. I can't do that. That'd get me arrested. But like lie to him, basically. Get on his side. Meet him at some point. Obviously have law enforcement around.
Gonna be wearing a wire.
Politely threaten his life and send him to fucking prison because I may not be. Situations like this really make me want to be a Fed.
So why did you become the member of the FBI Discord? Who can I legally impersonate? Oh, what was...
Well, here's the thing. I don't have to legally impersonate anyone because if I have my Fed buddy come with me, he's a U.S. Marshal. If I have him around and a few well, I can't have MPs, but a few more cops and marshals, then I think I can do something a little sketchy with this guy because he needs to go to prison because this is getting to the point where he might show up at her house. And yeah, this is an enjoyable situation. I love it when I can legally use violence. Oh, it is such a fucking rush.
Dude, remember Fez doing dodgy shit.
Hawke, I don't think I want to be a pilot anymore. I think I just want to be a fucking federal agent. Like, I'm really, dude, I'm dead ass, like super torn right now. I can either put in my fucking army packet, go be a warrant officer, go fly all this cool shit. But I can't do special forces or boots on the ground shit. I can't do that. But I can fly it. Like, I can fly the cool shit and fly the cool guys. I can do that. Or I can just put in some other stuff in the army I can't talk about and go be boots on the ground and be the guy that kicks in the fucking door. Because that's already what I've been doing these past few months. So it's either I fly the cool people or I do the cool shit.
Either way, you'll be doing cool shit to some degree.
Either way, I will be in an equally dangerous situation where I could die. And it does not matter to me. You love diving to the depths of despair. That's what I was also debating too, Lexicon. Yeah, Kazuki, it isn't the depths of despair. This is just... I have been raised a very certain way, and I very much so enjoy this shit. This shit is where I fucking thrive.
I'm in my element. I'm in the quagmire. I'm thriving.
It's literally, it really is. I either fly the cool shit and do sketchy shit in a fucking helicopter for any agency, or I just say, fuck it, go do 6 months of bullshit training in the woods, come back and be even more badass and go just fuck shit over every other one. This job is the same either way. One's with a fucking machine gun and one's with a fucking 30 mil autocannon. It's the same shit either way.
I'm just waiting for the day. It's like, what story was it? Was it Sam Reacher where he was like an accountant, but then he got involved? He was like a secret accountant for the government, but then he started like having to do like actual like field work. And he just became an action hero. That's just gonna be you. You're gonna be Solid Snake by the end of this.
Dude, I need to like sit down with the military people I've been talking to and be like, hey, the fuck should I do here?
What are my options?
Because the aviation would make more money. I don't care about money. I'll be honest, I'm a trust fund baby. I get money eventually in my life. I do not care about funding as long as I can live on my own comfortably with any career. I don't care. Because the government's going to pay for my shit regardless. Damn, dude. Oh, I don't know what it was, but I told you the story when I reacted to Contact this past AT, right? where I just sprint
What was
full
that?
fucking kit with a machine gun.
Oh yeah.
I've never felt more alive than walking with a 249 and shooting it. There's a certain level of adrenaline that a man should not hit because it will make him God. I hit that level on 0 hours of sleep, nicotine, caffeine, and a hangover.
You
was
became the
great.
mayor of Bullet Town from Fury Road. You became blind. Justice is blind. I am blind. I'm God.
I shoulder checked a fucking 2-star general. That's how badass that whole situation was. That's the only reason I got my fucking award I showed you. That is the only reason. It has his signature on the bottom of it. So that was a 2-day turnaround for me getting that.
Damn.
Ooh. Ooh. I think I might be a fed. I think flying might be out the window now.
Never talk with Adolf Hitler, but
You better elaborate, dog. I do not
We
take the
secret-
Hitler jokes lightly.
keep him secretly in a bunker. You know,
God's caliber straight to the forehead.
I've thought about this, and the more I think about it, the more I think it would be true. If Hitler was alive today, let's be real, he'd still drop out of art college. But well, he would probably be like too busy doing like mediocre, like furry femboy art commissions to even get into politics. He'd probably be like a chronic Twitter user. He'd also probably be like one of those Twitter artists that like take months to get your work done, and then they say they have a mental breakdown, and they have to stop all the work they're doing for a few months.
I could really see that.
Yeah. Christine without blue eyes. Yeah, it's the old scapegoat. What was... I was watching the first Captain America movie while I was eating dinner. That's probably like the only Marvel movie I actually liked because it's more like a pulp action movie. And the scene where they have like the German like Hydra spy during like the transformation, it's like, motherfucker, this guy looks like he looks like just a German spy, and you're just gonna let him in?
Yes, of course.
This man's got the Elizabeth of Warren genetics. We need to do a 23andMe test right now. With the Jews were the Germany with the straight white men.
I've never heard a better fucking take than that. That is flawless.
It's the power vacuum, right? Is like once you get rid of like a super authoritarian government, then the anarchists roll in, and then we get rid of the anarchists, then order is required again. Cycle of life. I've had to do like, because I have a degree in psychology, I had to do a lot of sociology too. The fucking Olympics for some of that shit is insane. It's like, yes, but you see, you're a white man, and those are generally have been the dominant and like group in the past, and literally everything else, even if the numbers are even and they do better than you, everyone else is still a minority compared to you. What? Like, yes. What is it, like the old Iron Fist comics? Man, Iron Fist was subject to so much racist because he was a white guy in like China.
How dare he be white in a...
And then they had the audacity in the fucking Defenders like Netflix show of Luke Cage telling this, telling Iron Fist to check his privilege. Like, my guy. He had to punch a fucking dragon in the heart.
Wait, didn't Tate get arrested for diddling kids?
I think what it was he was like trying to do like a comeback, or not comeback, but he tried to like do a retort to like Greta Thunberg or whatever her name is. How dare you?
Yeah.
And then I think it was like in Italy where he had like charges of like human trafficking against him. And then funny enough, in one of his like Twitter posts or something, they found out he was still in Italy because of the fucking pizza box in the picture.
If you have to flaunt being manly, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like,
I don't know,
you're not a man.
He's a fucking snake oil salesman that preys upon the insecurities of young men.
Just live your life, do what you want to do. Masculine and feminine, everything, just, it doesn't even matter anymore. Like, those words are irrelevant.
Yeah.
Except Iro. Iro is peak masculinity.
Iro?
Or Iro, my bad.
Yeah. The true dad.
I aspire to be that man when I'm older. I gotta get my war crimes out of the way first, though.
Well, no, Iro probably committed a lot of war crimes. It's just, you know, it took his son dying to realize, oh my god, what have I done?
I mean, yeah, that's pretty much any military or Fed work, to be honest, at this point.
Yeah. Oh god, the fucking... Man, looking back at how, like, how much Mako was, like, in my childhood is crazy. The voice actor. Because he was the voice of Aku in Samurai Jack, and basically, if there was, like, an Asian character, it would probably be voiced by Mako. And he was also in the greatest movie ever created, Conan the Barbarian. His rest is over trafficking, Muppet trying to be manosphere while running Cam Studios is a joke. I think Andrew Tate is one of those guys that proves, like, as long as you sound confident and you're good at speaking, you sound a lot more intelligent than you are. Because he said some, like, illogical things, but he says it with such confidence that I was like, wow.
Quite outlandish shit.
Yeah. Spirit Crifter with no moles. Yeah, no, because he preys upon people to get them, just take their money from them. You see it all the time. Remember, everyone memes about it now, but Ty Lopez, knowledge, in my garage with my Lamborghini, same shit. Conan the Barbarian was the inspiration for Golden Axe. We might play that on Friday. Play a lot of Golden Axe as a kid.
I would not be here Friday, unfortunately.
Shame. I'm getting close to
might
my.
pop in for a minute, but
I'm getting
be
close
okay.
to my Great Gatsby crisis, Vulcan. Soon I can actually be old enough to probably be some people's dads. How old am I, you ask? You know, let's what was it they say? I'm as old as you want me to be. I'm a VTuber. Lopez,
you
yeah.
do know your true age.
Yeah. Don't tell anyone. You gotta keep the kayfabe up. Lore-wise, I'm a 9,000-year-old Eldritch Horror. I'm as old as you want me to be.
He's middle-aged.
Yep. I exude dad energy because I am actually a dad. Single dad, though, so if you ever want to be parasocial, the door will always be open. Although I kind of shot myself in the foot enough already because I have stated that I am not bisexual like most VTubers.
A damn shame.
And I will never have a girlfriend because I've seen it way too many times, like someone announces they're in a relationship, and good for them. For all of us lonely people out there, good for you. You finally did it. You made it out. But then they just like drop so many viewers, dude. It's I mean, I've got no viewers to begin with except you cool few folks here, but it's staggering that that's a thing that people have to consider. No, here's the counter argument to stop the parasocial thing. Like, yeah, I'm in a relationship. Oh, who with? Your mom.
Fuck.
I will say that every time. Like, look, I'll put that in like my VTuber wiki if I ever get up there. Like, currently in a relationship with your mom. Yes, all of your moms at once.
Friday nights are a little crazy.
Yeah. My schedule's packed, dude. I'm like Amelia. I'm ground pounding your mom all the time.
God.
Every time there's like pounding or like ground used in a sentence, ground pounding your mom. I don't have to be a dad. Anyways, what?
I can't.
I'm wild. I'm tired. I'm feeling a little devious. I might ruin someone's childhood right now. I fucking love that clip, dude, so much. Kermit showing the pickle and Omegle. I'll just randomly think about that sometimes.
That sounds so fucking bad out of context.
Well, we think about Kermit a lot, our little circle.
Some would say he's a weirdo.
Intrusive thoughts are really escaping. Look at the stream tags. One of them is intrusive thoughts winning.
This isn't even that bad. It gets so much fucking worse.
Oh, it got real bad back in the day. At like 2 in the morning.
A few nights up at 4 in the morning.
You'd be
God.
surprised
Those
how many male VTubers have extremely Fujo audiences. Yeah, because they see like pretty like Bishoujo pretty boy, and they think, well, that would be real great if you know they're kissing a boy. The options are like Bishoujo like tuxedo mask boy, or like Oran High Host Club boy, or femboy. There's nothing else. The himbo's really struggling out here.
Oh no!
Yeah. I see, so they're a, what was it, Kotaku editor? What's this fucking weeps? So, Fujos are women incredibly obsessed and really horny about basically, like, gay lover relationships. So, yeah, and they'll make, like, a lot of art, in short. Funny enough, the woman that I watch, I can just say her name because she's a VTuber and you should go check her out because she's amazing. Her name is Hespera. I don't think, is she a garden nymph VTuber? But basically Greek inspired. And she's a big Fujo, and she really likes, what was it, Evil Within because of the two main guys. And apparently a lot of people ship them. Yes, Hespera. If you see, like, if you type that in and you find a girl in, like, a red dress and, like, long red hair, that's her. She's real big into, like, Shin Megami Tensei stuff and shit like that. And a few of the Fujos, yeah. See, this is the thing, if you join the Discord, I don't know why, I just have this supernatural ability to find, like, VTubers for people. Vulcan can attest to this. Sometimes I'll just randomly send him ones, like, here we go, you know, normal sized chest, tattoos, loves Warhammer, huh?
It literally can't get more fucking random. Like, it's like out of the blue. Like, I haven't talked to this man in like 4 or 5 days. He's not been online. And then I just get a fucking DM at like either 1 or 2 in the morning or like 7 in the morning. It's never like the afternoon. It never. It's always like the ass crack of dawn or God is not even awake. Makes perfect sense. He's trying to hide from it.
But yeah, what was the one I found like 2 days ago? It was, so we got like jokes of like we love fucking frogs in our friend circle, especially Doomikins, who we call Frog with the PH because there's a difference. And I shit you not, I found this sister duo where one of them is a glass frog and a like a poison tree frog. And for those that don't know, a glass tree frog is basically what Kermit is. So it's basically Kermit if they were a VTuber. The planets just align. I will find you your wife or husbando, given time. because I'm on the ground. I don't watch the corporate VTubers. I watch like the VTubers that maybe like stream like 40 people. But they got like 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. May be interested. There you go. Okay, let's see. I do like frogs. Frogs are fantastic. I'll never forget that one meme that one of our buddies posted of like, which turns you into a frog. Haha. I have turned you into a frog. Me, frog, finally achieves pure happiness. Wait, no, you're not supposed to like being a frog.
Second.
Oh, let's there. I'm trying to think of like what other VTubers I watch. Let me pull up my follow list on Twitch. I know definitely my favorite is she's an Oni VTuber. Her name is Yore's In, but she also has an ASMR called Sasha's Castle, and she is just super fucking cool. Just a woman in her mid-30s, been on the ground in like video games since forever. Just super cool lady. Very cultured as well. I live by her advice of, I don't want to hear about your sopping wet snooch. I want a dissertation on your favorite dojin. We don't go full Coomer here. We're sophisticated. We say some... Oh, I say some wild shit sometimes, but I never go full Coomer.
Sure.
Can I? I can't pull up my follow list, but whatever. Dojin, 2 Coomer for me. You gotta find the good ones, because some of them, like, for no reason whatsoever, they just go really hard in the art style. Or like the one I talked about, like, I need to find it. But it's not like one of those wholesome monster ones of like... It's basically like if you lived like the ring chick and she was like super cute, and she like popsicles, and that is actually not like a euphemism for anything. And you know, like she acts like a monster, but it's like, what are you doing, silly? Oh, you brought me a blanket, that's cute. And then all of a sudden, for no fucking reason, it's so badass that it happens, it just cuts to like some blam level shit of like this cyborg Doulahan chick like trying to find like a reason to execute this scumbag. Like, alright, what's he got? We got a few counts of terrorism, child kidnapping. Alright, that's good enough for me. And then it just cuts back to normal. The best way I could probably describe it, like the art style for it, is like One Punch Man. Like everything is super simple. But because it's super simple, they have like extra time to like focus on those few panels. Dojin literally just the Japanese term for an indie manga. Yeah, well, I think it's because people go like Dojinshi, but then it kind of also gets shortened to Dojin. I don't know though. I don't know the terminology. I just it's that coincidence because I know like Dojin fighters are like super big. That's where like you get like the crazy like 1000 IQ like fighter like Japanese fighting games. To me, weebs use it to mean porn. Yeah. Because I mean like, alright, this is probably a bad example, but Clamp. If anyone remembers like Tsubasa or Hawke, Cardcaptor Sakura, X, they're like super famous as like this like 4-woman team, but they started out like just doing like fan comics. Granted, they're the ones that did the Kakion Did You Lay This Egg Dojin. I think someone tried to give me Nitro, but I don't trust it considering how one of our buddies got their account hacked.
Show me the DN if you want me to verify or not.
Nah, that's fine. I can't even like use Nitro. Because
Why?
yeah, I don't know, it just asked me for a credit card, and I don't want to do that.
You can't even accept your gifts anymore? The
I don't
Nitro
know.
gift?
Oh no, I'm thinking like the YouTube premium like tie-in thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like, damn. Yeah, I'll never gift you Nitro again. Fuck you.
Oh no, that's been very powerful when you did. That's when I post my big sauce. That's more than 25 megabytes. You know, the things that have like story to it. I've actually seen Card Capture Soccer a long time ago. I have not. Like, most of what I watched is like Tsubasa back in the day. Because we had like the Funimation like TV channel back in the day, and it was just 24 hours of just Funimation. It was great. And then they took it away for a shitty like Japanese like channel that was pretty much like 95% Ultraman. And then for some reason, they played like a hentai series at like late at night. It was really weird. I didn't watch much of it. Yeah, it's just... What else did Clamp do? I feel like they did something else important. Nah, I can't remember. In-person magazine. In other words, a publication that published by the same person that wrote it. Virgin Shi. Huh.
Hawke, can I ask a favor? Can you mute the stream for just a moment?
Sure, give me 1 second. Hey, Vulcan got me an early birthday gift. And thank him for it because it was Nitro. So, if you have...
Oh,
go ahead. No, go
I was
ahead.
gonna say, I did want to do it later because it would be, you know, right to do it on his birthday, but I will literally not be here for 2 more days, so I'd rather have it early than late.
Nah,
It'd
I
be
don't
fun
care.
Just to send it the weekend after drill and be like, oh, happy week late birthday.
No, it's fine, dude. This laptop I'm using, the one I got 4 years ago... Excuse me. I got it like 20 days early for my birthday as a gift, so I don't care. But thank you. So,
I
everybody
need
thank
a blackmail
Vulcan.
frog to buy you a new computer.
Yeah. Because with that Nitro, I can now post my super powerful sauces in the not safe for work. Which we have one in the Discord, but you have to ask if you want in because sometimes people don't want to see not safe for work content. But yeah, I'll post the good shit later. Was they like a...
It's not for you that I buy it sometimes. I'm kidding.
Well, what was it? Cause well, during like the on what month is Valentine's Day? Is it April? I forget because motherfucker, I usually don't celebrate Valentine's Day.
I only celebrated it twice in my entire life.
Yeah.
It's February.
Okay, February. Back during the February 1st up until Valentine's Day, I posted like Mondo sauce. It was like, alright, we got fucking what was it? We got like Monster Girl Monday, we got Tomboy Tuesday, we got Wicked Wednesday, which is like witches and goth chicks.
Oh damn it, it is Wednesday. Fuck, I missed Tomboy Tuesday.
Yeah. And then it was like 30 and up Thursday, which is why I went real hard with the MILFs. What was Friday? I know the first one was Fanboy Friday, and I need to scrub my eyes after that. What was the second one? I know there was also like Sunday school, which is like teachers for Sunday. That was fun. People wait in anticipation. I respect the hustle. Hell yeah. Oh, there's also what was it, Totally Tuesday, which is like Yore stuff.
There was so much. That whole month was just a fucking fever dream.
Yeah, man. Look, we gotta celebrate with the boys. We're all lonely on Valentine's Day, so I might as well give everyone a coping mechanism. Plus, I also kind of need to clean out my folders.
That reminds me, I need to napalm our old server. I need to get rid of it now.
The fact that you have different Mother's Day tends to get my mother a second gift every year. As a MILF man, I treat the moms right.
Don't
Dads
be
too.
me and work on Mother's Day and completely forget to buy anything.
And also celebrate Father's Day, because fatherless behavior is a cancer to society in this day and age.
You can even hate your father, like I hate mine, but I will still get him something for Father's Day.
And also, as the MILF man, there's a good chance I will be your father. So go ahead and celebrate Father's Day. As not a MILF man, and still treat them right. See, you treat them right, you get them a nice card, you get them a sentimental gift. I'm taking them out to dinner. I'm showing that there's still people that love them out there. Is this for all my Becky fans out there from Persona 5? You're not over the hill, there's no such thing. I bring confidence. When every good man is a better mom.
Behind every mom is
Is
Hawke
me.
waiting for his turn.
I'm waiting for my moment. I'm an apex predator. March 30th. Here, while yours is the 12th of May.
Damn, that makes my birthday even worse for me. Fuck.
It's like, we were actually talking about this before stream of like bullshit holidays. Like, today's like a relationship couples day, and I'm like, motherfucker, that's Valentine's Day. Or White Day if you're Japanese.
Mildly racist day. How about that? Can I get away with that one?
It's National Talk Like a Pirate Day. Do you want to talk like a pirate and get 50% off your donut? No. I refuse. I'll do it on stream because this is a profession of shame and degradation, but not for my donuts in public. I'll dance to my own amusement and madness, not to your music. Granted, those were really soured for me because I could have what I can only describe as like Tumblr moms as teachers in high school. Do you remember those like Haribo ads, Vulcan? Of like adults sounding like kids?
Yeah, I remember that.
Or also that song, What Does the Fox Say? That kind of dated when I was in high school. They found those fucking hilarious. Haribo, yeah, they're like the gummy bears. I don't know, I don't eat a lot of gummy bears. Like the bears and the soda pop gummies, yep. There's ads of like where they just have like kids like dub over grown-ups talking. They still make those. I saw one the other day. I found those hilarious. Those fucking bitches. Those dirty fucking bitches. I probably told the story on stream. They were my English... There was the English teacher, and then there's like the teacher's assistant. And one of them was pregnant, and they were having a baby. Well, I mean, that's kind of how it happens when you get pregnant. I don't know if they had the baby yet. But we spent like an entire day doing a baby shower. And so at the end of the year, I was like, okay, fuck it. They're asking for feedback. I'm gonna give them some fucking feedback. Because after I send this, I'm fucking done. Never communicating again. And I told him, like, this is not as serious as I'd like it to be, yada yada. This is kind of dumb. I had to sit through a fucking baby shower. And then the fucking bitch called me the next day. Chastising me.
Checks out, you know.
Yeah. They're like, oh, you should have said something. Why didn't you say something? If you said something, we wouldn't have done it. Jesus. Like, fucking excuse me? Are you gaslighting me? This is before gaslighting was cool. I had two boxers do their pre-match and instead talk like kids. The ref, yep. And the new one's like football players. Or like a bunch of like corporate suits in an office. It's like... See, I had experienced the gaslight gatekeep girl boss before everybody else. And of course, you know, I also studied psychology in college, so... I'm prepared. I'm actually... I could probably be really good at gaslighting somebody.
That's not something you spread out into the void like that.
Yeah, that's what kind of like worries me. Because that's the thing, like, oh, you say this, but psychologically it could mean this, so... I dissected your piece, and this is why I think you're wrong. I was literally talking about a one that popped out of my phone today. Like, you're not mad at me, even though I'm clearly in the wrong. See, what you're really mad is your father. And you're sexually frustrated, and as we all know what Freud says, you just really want to have sex with your parents, according to him. So just get in the bedroom now. I say this as a man who has pretty much been the dad, more of a dad in my relationships than a boyfriend. No, not Freud. Freud always comes back. Freud, the master Roshi of psychology. Just a dirty old man that gets outclassed by everyone that came after him. Back demon. We make fun of Freud here. Mostly
I walked
because
away for 2 seconds. Excuse you?
Yeah.
Why are you mentioning Freud?
Gaslighting.
Oh, fair enough, fair enough. I was actually concerned for everyone's well-being.
I mean, he can... Like, what's his big one's like the Oedipus complex, but he doesn't understand the story of Oedipus whatsoever. Freud, Mr. I want to fuck my mom. Yes, it's normal, I swear. Like, he had, like, the basis, but he just... Like, he saw the target, and he went to throw his beanbag in the cornhole, and instead of just, like, tossing it, he just fucking, like, baseball pitchered it, and he went way off.
He almost got the mark, and then just fucked up.
See, what Freud said was, like, you just want to have sex with the opposite sex of what you are, of your parents. So, you know, boys with their mothers and girls with their fathers. He was way off base, but he had something, because what people later discovered was it's because when you're a kid, like when you're like an infant, all you can do is absorb information from around you because you know literally nothing about the world. And so when you get to an age where you start becoming like sexually active, excuse me, what do you base off what a good partner is? Going back to your lobster brain, it's what you absorbed in your most like crucial like learning period, a la an infant. And who are the people that you base things off of and what makes a good person or not? It's your parents. So that's the connection there. It's not literally you want to fuck your parents, it's just you've learned like, okay, I've got a great dad. Or like, you know, I've got a great mom. You know, super cool mom. So I apply those traits to other women because I see those as good traits in a person. He was the target and decided it was representation of our desires to dominate others. And proceed to describe all the ways we want to fuck the target. Yeah, what was the one thing? It's like if you like teach your kids like, if you don't teach your kids like how to properly take a shit, then they really just love anal. Or something like that. Because it's like the learning targets were like the mouth and the anal and things like that. I don't know, it was weird. And we all are on psychological shit. Being like goth women because it's visually consistent what they are on the inside of being evil. Well, we've already had a conversation of the goth girl psyop. And we brought it up multiple times. Yeah. Look, I can't even wipe my ass with my degree. I gotta use it somehow. It might as well be while I'm streaming. Legally, I'm not a psychologist.
Legally.
Yeah. That doesn't stop
Unofficially,
people.
pretty much is.
That doesn't stop people. Sometimes.
I pay this man in Discord Nitro.
Yes. Although he's getting the better deal because he's getting the quality sauce. He's getting the Lewd Froggo and the Tales of Fandelver.
The fact I know everything that you just said down to a T, I
Let me see my gross Shilica. Need to get my fix. There's some of them not safe for work. Because I got curious and next thing you know I had a bunch of Shilica stuff. I tried
I worry
finding...
for what this streaming can become.
Yeah.
Hawke, you just start streaming on one of the other quote unquote sites.
Yeah, we could finally play Honey Pop on there with the boys.
I miss the days where you could fucking play those games on the internet.
Yeah.
I miss those days. It was only fucking 7 years ago, but by God.
I'll tell you what there's not a lot of Lexicon is the blonde Dark Huntress. All I found was that fucking bitch with the pink twin tails. But if we did play Honey Pop on one of those titles, we gotta like make it seem like it's an actual video. Like, I don't know, we get like 4 guys together, like 4 grown men like pop their honey or something. Like, what the fuck? They're just sitting here playing video games.
There's already people that do that.
I'm here to
It's like
meet
the
in
front
hand.
page.
Yeah. we pull a Belle Delphine. It's like I talk about like
Gamer
It's
girl
like-
bathwater, but it's really just my fucking shower water.
no, it's like a VTuber pretty boy talks about his first like black cock, and it's just like talking about. So guys, you want to tell me? All right, guys, today I'm gonna tell you the story of the time I owned a chicken. We emulate the hub comments of like, and today we're gonna talk about how to complete all the Riddler trophies in Batman Arkham Asylum. Now we go back to the ASMR ideas, or just like essentially talk about like, so where are you right now? Why are you buying clothes at the soup store? Actually, just read the Umbreon copy pasta. And then vomit afterwards. Or pull like a little V Mills, where he like the video for April Fools was he was gonna do one of, like the Revengeance songs, like I think it was the most popular one. And then he just sits down in a nice suit in a chair. He pulls open a book and he starts reading the Vaporeon copy pasta. Oh no, he reads the lyrics and then without hesitation he immediately just slides into the copy pasta. I just read a bunch of like weird like what the fuck stories, because there's also the Grinch story I know about. Like the woman had like the Grinch fetish. How it was like destroying her relationship.
That is horrid. Well, congrats, Hawke. You did a complete podcast stream.
Yay!
Once again, not playing the game at all the entire evening. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going.
I'll probably play a little bit because I want to kill that fucking monster. But
Oh fuck, when the fuck did I go get ice cream?
I beg your pardon. So The Grinch copy pasta is a story about a woman asking for help with her relationship because she has a strong fetish for the Grinch. And so it'd be like having the movie on during sex. It eventually evolved to the point the boyfriend was cool with it in the beginning because, you know, you can't kink shame too much until it gets extreme. And it got extreme. Like to the point of like she wanted like to do some role play of basically Cindy Lou is 22 and saves Christmas. I read that one. Yeah, and then it comes into like wear like this green felt suit and a Santa outfit. And it eventually gets so bad to the point of like they were just like driving around and there was a giant like inflatable like Grinch Christmas decoration. And she got so aroused by it, she begged her boyfriend to pull over and have sex in the car. And it eventually just got to the point of like he could not take it anymore. Which is understandable. But it's funny because she opens it up with like, this is normal. There are a lot of women that find the Grinch incredibly sexy. If it ain't your kink, you don't have to deal with it. Yep. You know, sometimes you don't want to get pegged. You don't want to get pegged, you don't want to wear the skirt. It's like me. One time I was, most of the time I watched, like, real life porn. And
There's
not,
one
like,
time I was
read
pegged.
it. No. No, my ass is sacred, no one will touch it. But, I was watching it, like, you know, it was like MILF redhead. It's like, this is my jam. But she started talking to her, it's like, I don't want to do this anymore. It's okay not to like some kids. You don't have to do it if they say it.
If you show up at the goth lady's house and she is saying she will peg you, you are trapped. You are not getting out of it. There is no escape. You are. It is happening.
Or try to like circumvent it. Do what I would do. I don't like any like the BDSM stuff. Like I took the BDSM test and most of my stuff was like 0%, other than like vanilla and like being a dad. But so like tie the woman down, like, I want you to torment me. I want to be crying and begging for mercy. Like, okay. Tie them to the bed. They can't get out. I throw the key right next to them, just out of reach, unable to get it. I go to the kitchen. I grab their favorite ice cream out of the freezer. I pull up a chair right next to the bed. I proceed to eat the entire fucking thing of ice cream right in front of them, and we will not go get more. I've hidden the car keys. The only way to get more is to walk. Feel your torment. Me asking to call ain't so bad now, is it, bitch? Aside from the person being all forms of more monstrosity, I have no actual kinks. Opening up about the monster fuck. See, this is what I strive to be. This is what it says in my my Twitch bio. Is like, you know, me liking feet ain't so bad compared to Hawke and all the weird shit he's into. I'm an icebreaker. I make everyone feel comfortable because they're not as weird as me. That the ice cream BSM is pretty funny. Yeah. Well, you asked me to make you suffer and make you cry. I guess it just got lost in translation. Huh, funny how that happens.
That jump scared by a fucking missile hit me in the fucking optics.
True torture right there. See, that's another thing about my psychology degrees. I could probably, like, mentally torture you, too. There is a less than 0% chance that I could mind break you. It's like the one advice I heard in psychology is like, alright, here's what you do, kids. It's kids, like it's not college and they're all grown-ass adults, but most of them act like kids. Like, alright, here's what you do. You take someone out nice, you really like them, take them to see a horror movie. Because find enough fear and arousal, you know, sweaty palms, elevated heart rate, Physically, they're very close. So they'll attribute the fear of like, huh, you know, they really made me feel funny. You know, they made my heart go doki doki. I might actually like them. The cringe story already did. Yeah, buddy. Worst part is, I know one VTuber that tells like even worse stories than me. Like actual like cursed like vice kink video shit. I won't go into those ones.
I don't think I can take it anymore.
Don't worry, you get used to it.
No,
Get-
the fuck you don't.
No,
No.
you get dull to it and it eventually becomes okay. Just give in, Vulcan, it's okay.
No.
It's fine. What's the worst that can happen?
A lot.
Yeah, I guess in my taste is like you get mauled to death by a Wendigo.
That
Fuck
is
the-
yes. Yes, that is exactly what I'm worried of.
Fuck, dude. We both talk about how like we like women that are dangerous to us, but for different reasons. You just like the goth chicks. I like the monsters. Oh, hurt me, make me suffer. Half the people I have dated just tell them they are worth it and they're important. Yeah. I just pull out my psychology degree for that. You know, like Hawke's going out and he sees an older woman and she wants to do the dirty. Like, so tell me about yourself. We're in the bedroom. Yes, but tell me about yourself. I want to get to know you on a personal level. No one's ever actually asked about that. How does that make you feel? About an hour later, they have like the therapist chair pose and I'm sitting in a chair next to the bed. It's like, oh my god, I never saw like
Not
that.
the cuck chair.
No, not the cuck chair, the therapist chair. I know, here's what I do. I'm giving the lap pillow and I'm stroking their hair and making them feel safe and secure. It's like, oh my god, this is why I haven't been in a relationship. I never realized that I was so manipulative. Because of my abandonment issues. Like, wow, thank you. This is what I needed.
Did I ever tell you what we started calling our field chairs?
No.
We started calling them cuck chairs. Specifically, when I was in my little fucking Haji village, whenever we were in the field, and someone, I can't remember whose it was. I think it was one of the girls. But they had a fucking little stool and they set it off to the side because we didn't like sitting on the cots 24/7 because we had a little circle and we were all facing each other, and it was definitely against the unit regulation because it was men facing women and we all actively watched each other undress because we did not give a fuck.
You got more pressing matters to worry about.
Like, I don't care that the Latina across from me has titties bigger than my head. I've seen them now. I don't want them anymore.
See, you got used to it.
It's you get desensitized. It doesn't matter after a few days. But other than that, no. But that little stool that was also around our little campfire and shit, we just started calling it the cuck chair. And whoever sat in it, we just called them a cuck for the entire day.
Hey, yo, Charlie's in the cuck chair.
Like,
Fuck you, I hate tie my shoe.
It was funny because whenever someone would go in and out of our tent village, our challenge and password, which is something you call out, like the person on guard whenever they hear someone coming in. We did this as a joke. We didn't actually have to do it. But whenever someone was like coming back to camp, we'd yell out something about a cuck, and they'd respond with something about a chair. And it was the funniest shit ever because our platoon sergeant, he walked over one day and he got pissed. He's like, hey, you all, the males can't be facing the females. You all gotta spread it the fuck out. And he only said that once, and then we just ignored him because we did not care. We liked our village. We were in a tree line, secluded from everyone else. It was nice. We all got really drunk some nights too. Fantastic. But he asked about the fuck, like, what he straight up asked, yeah, so sir heard something about a cuck. What, like, why are you all screaming about cucks over here? And our squad leader was sitting there, he's like, you don't want to know. You just don't want to know. And then there's another day, our fucking lieutenant walked into our little camp. He saw the Latina girl and her fucking wife beater. She just wore a wife beater when she went to sleep. No bra or anything. This is where the funny thing is. And he looked down, saw everything, and then she's right across from me. And this was morning, so we were all just like just now getting up. You know, we were all fucking half naked and bullshit because it's just how we all slept. It was 90 fucking degrees in a tent that'd get up to 120. And the lieutenant looked over, saw everything. Like, you know, like I said, I was desensitized. Our squad was desensitized. I was reading chat. And he saw it. It looked white as a fucking ghost. Immediately looked away and walked away. And he's like, "What the fuck are you all doing back here?" And he just looked horrified. And then our platoon sergeant came up. The girl already covered herself, and he looked at me and the other guy next to me. He's like, y'all really don't give it. Like, what are y'all doing back here? Like, all of y'all are fucking naked half the time I see it, and like, we don't care. It's hot.
Do you ever see Lower the Flies, sir?
Dude, it was. Oh my god, that whole week was just wild because it was my squad has the only females in our entire platoon. There's really just 2 of them. And the unit policy is all females have to sleep in the same area or far away from men and facing the opposite direction, so, you know, men can't see when they change.
Mm-hmm.
And it was literally day 1, both of them agree, like our whole squad in our little village was like, okay, how can we make it more comfortable for you two since we're all in our little circle? Because we literally, I used my fucking E-tool, cut down the entire location, and we all just set up camp and didn't move. And they're like, you know what, it doesn't matter. Y'all are gonna see it anyway while we're out here. We don't care. So, just after a day, we all just took communal fucking bath wipe showers. We did not give a fuck. It was... I don't know how to describe it to civilians. I really don't. You have to be out there. You have to be out there to see it, because you're experiencing it. Just like,
a lot
you're
of
out there, and it's camaraderie. Like, I don't find them attractive. We're just there. It's like siblings.
Yeah, like, and a lot of societal things mean jack shit in the woods. So it's one of those things you gotta be there to understand, I guess. But no, I get you.
Because like, all
You had
of us,
more pressing
give a
matters.
shit. Like, I don't see how people in the same unit or in the same squad, God forbid, same team. But I don't see how people can just fucking like start dating and fucking each other in the same unit. I can't. I don't understand why people do that and why they get married doing that. Now, people from other units that you've never experienced or ever been around, I can understand that. Like, these 2 people in my squad, like, I think I posted the picture of us all around the campfire. I think you saw that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, those 2 girls are basically my fucking sister. I don't find them attractive in the conventional romantic sense. Like, I will die for those 2. I might be the weird guy in the squad because of my little flavor of tism. And I might be the guy that's just off in the corner half the time because I don't know what the fuck to do to socialize. They like me better when I drink. That is something they outright told me. You are way more social when you're drunk. Fair enough.
Well, then encourage me.
Please encourage me more. But yeah, like, we're all just a little family. And I hope they don't fuck with our squad lineup, but it's the army, so it's gonna happen eventually.
Moral of the story I've taken from this is don't shit where you eat.
That is exactly what we've all been taught in my squad. That is what my old squad leader, because they changed him recently, that is what he harped on.
Because if it goes bad in this day and age, it likely will. That's gonna be incredibly awkward afterwards.
I mean, the girl I joined the unit with, she's been on deployment for a while now, but she married the guy in the same squad as us. And I looked at her, I'm like, you're the dumbest motherfucker I've ever met. She's still like a sister to me. Because this is a different girl than the other two. But, oh my fucking god. That is the dumbest move ever. You met this guy, knew him for a month, and then just got married. Like, what the fuck? That is wild.
Fatherless behavior.
Actually. Like, she was such a nice girl, too, and this guy's such an abusive fuck. Like, I might actually beat the shit out of him when I see him in August. Because I'd be talking to her about my own relationship troubles, because this was when I was with my ex, and I'd always go to her with advice, and I'd drive with her everywhere. She was like my fucking... She's my best friend at the unit. And he got pissy at me and started going off on her because he saw my face in the background of her car because they were FaceTiming. Or no, sorry, she sent a Snapchat picture to him and just saw my shoulder with my name tag in her car. And it's like, why the fuck is he there? And I heard the phone call. It was so bad.
You work together.
Yeah.
It's like saying, like, yo, why the fuck are you with your coworker? Or like, a cop is like, or like the wife of a cop is like, why the fuck is your partner in the car? They're my partner.
Let me check before I go off on something. Okay, from what I can see, because he's not in the stream. Okay. Did I just bite my own tongue? I did not. Okay. I will beat the ever-loving fuck out of this man until he is dying on the floor. If he keeps doing this shit to her while I am around and if I hear it. Because there's a lot of people like this in the military, a lot of people like this in general, because my entire generation is just fatherless. I mean, fatherless and motherless.
Oh, the motherless are the dangerous ones.
And yeah, no, that guy is on my shit list for sure. It is genuinely infuriating.
What's the quote I saw in a video on Asura's Wrath? It's like, good-natured men are the most outraged at acts of evil, or like when exposed to evil or something like that.
Like, I'm no saint. I've done horrible things. I've been a god-awful person in the past. I will fully admit it.
Well, you know,
I'm
if
not gonna
there's
say I'm a
like
good
someone
person
in
now
a...
either, but seeing this shit pisses me off. Like,
Oh,
you
yeah,
don't
it's
fucking
like-
treat a woman like that.
It's like why Harley Quinn is shit now, right? Is because, like, you know, she had character development back in the day because she was that girl, right? In the abusive relationship. And you felt bad for her. Now she's, lol, I'm so random and quirky. And I dress like a crack whore. With daddy issues.
Nicest way I've heard anyone describe her.
Or Harley Quinn?
Yeah.
I do not like Harley Quinn. It's just so overdone. And again, I'm also...
Very rare for someone to do her correctly.
Yeah. It's because she's a good side character. She's not a main character. Again, I'm also I'm one of the few guys that'll like actually be interested in reading like Power Girl stuff. Because, you know, whenever it comes like Power Girls, like haha, big boobs, boob window, right? Like, no, hold on, there's actually some credit here for this character. Hear me out. I love Harley, but not the newer Harley. Yeah, she's in fucking everything, dude. And keep in mind, this is coming from a guy that comes from a family of huge Batman fans. We have fucking Batman memorabilia all over our living room. Along with a bunch of starships now, thanks to Starfield. Give me the old clown suit. Yeah. I really like the Arkham Knight outfit. It was borderline on like Final Fantasy levels of buckles, but I say as Lulu pops up in like the highlight area. Yeah. There's a nice go between, because the old clown outfit is good for animated stuff, but it doesn't look good in real life. Yeah. Like, Harley Quinn is really good at, like, fleshing out the Joker. I'm trying to think now of, like Batman waifus. Because, you know, it's always the ones like, is it Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy, or Catwoman? I know Poison Ivy would kill me, but she is a redhead, and we have established that our taste in women is dangerous and hazardous to our health.
Dude, my taste in women will actively murder me. And I just want someone to fucking kill me. That's the woman I want.
I love a woman that'll actually just kill me. I mean, I want to get embarrassing. We will not
Death
be
by
the
thighs, please. Death by thighs. That's all.
different types of toxic relationships. I mean, I want to get embarrassing. I hope I piss myself and you call me a little pee-pee piss boy bitch.
Yeah, that's you, not me. That's absolutely you.
No, that's just the fucking quote. No, I don't want that.
He said it on the internet. It's absolutely what he wants.
We will not be the same people we were when we started after the first 8-hour session.
First, my mother. Goddamn.
There might be a theme here.
There is. Don't read too much into it, but there's a theme.
It's okay, I have a bachelor's in psychology, I can self-diagnose myself.
He won't, but he can.
I can look into why I find this anime character attractive. I may not like what I've uncovered, but I can. It was probably one of my favorite videos we did was the was the Hawke talk on Wendigo girls and how to scare them. Just me outside your tent with a sign that says, "If you come any closer, I'll drop the sign." I see cute smile.
Funny that you say that. I have that image on standby.
It's so good, dude. No deep meaning there. See, you know, I want the seductive smile. It's like I said, you know, the plight of me, where like the high school cutesy anime girl is the prime target for the audience, and I long for the Tsunades, the Rangikus, and the Kazehanas. I don't drink, but you know, drunken anime women in their 30s is actually very dangerous, but still. Perks to being the designated sober driver, always. Gotta balance out, right? It's like, I'm straight edge, I need a crippling alcoholic mommy. I can fix them. I know they're like in their 30s, almost 40s, but I can fix them. I can teach this old dog new tricks, I swear. I have a degree for this. Oh god, this fall's probably gonna get taken down. 10 reasons why we took down your VOD. Degeneracy. And for number 1. Number 2, see above. All those are just see above. Oh, let's be real. That's not gonna be as bad here. Because, you know, I've seen some raunchy stuff in the VTuber sphere. I've seen some raunchy stuff just chatting. And touch the alcoholic with a
true. See, there's a difference between a full-on alcoholic and someone who just gets really drunk really easily. It is a very fine line, from my experience.
I just say they have like a taste for like wine or something. That sounds more classy.
Ah, yes, the wine moms.
Yes.
The classiest of choice.
I'm just reminded of my Mother's Day joke, right? Of like, Happy Mother's Day, sweetheart. I got you a gift to celebrate. I'm not a mom.
yet.
I start doing like the Yore eyebrow wiggle.
I mean, if that works, that's fucking insane.
Too easy for it to go wrong. Yeah. Look, I've been an adult in the relationship enough times. I probably got that shit on lock now. That's why I'm so wild. I gotta find my outlet. There's like just an exhaust fan in the back, and the steam is really pumping out.
Jesus Christ.
It's probably not a good analogy. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have used the word pumping.
It really was a terrible.
I mean, I got an entire out of context server quotes channel, which you too can see by joining the Discord. This is a
Yes,
massive
but
fucking
say-
list.
Yell that out there to the 2 people that are already in the Discord.
So I'll have you know there are 5 viewers right now listening to this madness. If we got to 50 viewers, I'm pretty sure I've averaged in 3 viewers, which is... I think the requirements are average of 3 viewers in the span of a month, 50 followers, and you just have to stream like 8 hours a month, and then you can get affiliate. Which means bits and shit.
No, you're 3 pennies a month.
I mean, I did have plans, like, eventually when I do finish my redesign, is like have a bunch of recolors and people spend bits to change it. It's like, I'm getting tired of like the pink hair and the green robe one. Give me the one with like the red hair, give me one with like the black hair and the blue robes, you know, that kind of thing. Totally haven't ripped off most of the cool shit I haven't planned from other streamers. Like this one, with the highlight preview. If you want a VTuber that is just absolutely adorable, Charlotte X Bear is where I got the idea for the highlight reel. And she's just absolutely adorable. And probably has as much tism as all of us here. Definitely has a fixation on dinosaurs, which I think is cute.
That is true.
I think it actually is like one of the signs for like kids have such a huge fixation on dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs and sharks or snakes. One of those 3.
But the thing about dinosaurs though is like it's like ADHD in like young kids, right? It's like is it really like some form of like tism, or is it just the psychological fact that dinosaurs are probably like the first thing they ever saw that's bigger than their parents, which like the
It's
most
more-
big important figures in their life?
It's pretty much just their first hyperfixation.
Yeah, because that's another one is like like young boys have a fixation on construction equipment. It's the same thing with dinosaurs. It's bigger than their parents. I don't know about the cowboy ones. I think that's just like the first like cool guy thing. I don't know. I wonder if that applies to like horse girls, because horses are pretty big too. If it's bigger than their parents, that's like mind-blowing for like an infant. Or like a toddler. Child psychology was such an interesting class to learn about. Just because of like you see like a kid like, alright, don't drop the pan, and then they throw the pan on the ground. Like obviously you're gonna get mad because you told them not to, but it's not because it was malicious. It's because they literally don't know what happens if they drop the pan. So they do it to find out. These kid minds they know literally nothing, and they have to learn it by example. It's preoccupation with things over people. That's the reason. Of course, girls. Those old Harry Potter brooms. Is it like Vosh? God, that was... Well, you probably know nothing of the VTuber Pipkin Pippa, do you?
No, but you mentioned stuff about them.
Pink crack rabbit is the best way I could probably describe them. It's like Alex Jones if they were like a pink rabbit VTuber.
Sounds
And
horrible for everyone.
not that. But so and Vosh is like one of those like super left-leaning like political channels, and his main argument is calling everybody a Nazi. And so someone in like Pipkin's chat was like, "Hey, did you hear that? You know, Vosh called you a Nazi?" And without hesitation, like, "Yeah, but why would I care? Why would I take advice from a guy that fucks horses?"
Hot damn.
And when you know later, because he's made like comments about horse like dicks before a lot. More rubbing on the seats. Horse with big dong. But the Voss situation is funny because he's one of those like you know, if you're like lolicon or like anime in any sort of form, then you're a pedophile. Guess what fucking accidentally popped up on his stream? It was a folder full of like lolly hentai. Or like I think it was a VTuber with like a lolly body type and horses. Like, who would have thought the man that just blasted everybody was also a fan of the thing he was blasting?
Quick, get him, he's self-projecting.
That sounds like he was self-projecting. Check his pockets. We found it, sir. What did you find? We found his membership card to the Itty Bitty Titty Committee. He's one of us! What are the odds? There's a reason it happens so much, yeah. Projecting your own demons. Funny enough, I'll say this. Is I always say like weathermen always look like pedophiles in my area. And several years back, like way back, I felt vindication because one of them had like over like a terabyte of like kiddie porn that they were using their work email to send to their private computer. Like, you know, I really wish I wasn't right this time. Because I don't know why, I just have this power whenever I'm like super cynical and I make a comment, it comes true. Even before the horse lolly porn was found, man had been saying like child porn isn't bad, and that fucking yeah, that was the weird thing. I was like, okay, yeah, they might like. Because wasn't his argument? It was like, well, this bad thing happens to kids because we put them in sweatshops in this third world country. So clearly that makes this thing and the first world country okay, even though they're not the same thing. No, it's not. That's not okay. But what are we as individuals going to do? Just like go over to that country and take it over? We get made fun of for doing that. Still, we're America. Condemning rather than seeking to help is often a way of covering up your own issues. Yeah. Like, I knew a guy that was like, he preferred more of like the lolly body type, so like the small chest and the petite body. But he got raked over the coals so much because everyone just called him a pedophile. Even though he has expressed that he understands like the difference between art, and he definitely makes sure they're all over 18. Submissive. It's there, so you should use it. And comparing stuff done by China and India are bad, so we should do bad things too. Yeah. See, that's why I don't like moral relativism, because it really is just like, well, this country does it. Are we really gonna? This country does this bad thing. Are we really gonna take our morals and push it onto these people just because we think we're right? See, I don't give a fuck what you like in a picture. Yeah. Like, he was like, obviously like toddler stuff, that's obviously across the line. But like, I can't remember, I never remember the name, but it's basically like the anti like pedophile like organization in America, where they straight up say like, please stop reporting these people because they have like they liked a lolly picture on Twitter.
unless it is completely indistinguishable from an actual child, we do not give a fuck. And by you doing this, you're diverting our resources from stopping actual, like, evil cases. Yeah, don't hurt actual people. Because I've also seen people like that where, like, they're so Coomer that their view on reality is so fucking skewed. And it gets real awkward having a conversation with them sometimes. Let me tell you. Like, my guy, that was a little weird what you just said there. Hurting people is fun with consent. Yeah, as long as you're consenting, you don't go too far. Nothing more. For the PDFs. Get preoccupied. Give them something else to do. I'd rather just fix the issue rather than give them a substitute, because that's not really gonna fix the problem, right? It's like Alice Cooper, right? It's like he was a heavy alcoholic. And then he got sober. Like, I'm never touching alcohol again. And what did he do? He went to another vice of coke. But the funny thing about the hurting people with consent is, one of the things, like, you think, like, you know, like, oh, this person's a masochist and this person's a sadist. They'd probably work good in the bedroom. When I was studying psychology, they actually said that is not a healthy dynamic, because there's more likely of a chance that they're gonna go too far, one of them, and they're both gonna let it happen, and somebody's actually gonna get hurt. And with Hawke, a lot of time, it comes down to the problems in childhood or some mental imbalance. Yeah. Like, what was the one projecting thing of, like, it was like Vice's, like, basically hit piece on, like, the manga industry saying it's filled with pedophiles. And one of their cases of someone who was staunchly against it was a convicted pedophile. Like, you really want to take this guy's word? I mean, he's probably projecting here, but let's not take the word of this actual pedophile. It's just... It's very important to distinguish between fantasy and reality, and unfortunately in this day and age, it is just weird because there are people that absolutely know the difference. You know, it's like the old why do people watch, like, brother-sister porn, or, like, stepsister porn while they have a stepsister, even though they do not want to have sex with their stepsister? It's more of the taboo thing, but there are also people that are just so, like, lost that they can't separate. I've been in a fair few BDSM relationships, and some of the women are crazy. I hope you can't hear me chewing the ice. I got a water can stand with, like, a big hole in it to drink out of, and unfortunately the ice cubes get right through. Okay, how long have we been going for? I've been doing 3-hour streams lately. I've been enjoying it. I was kind of meh starting stream because I'm running on like 1 hour of sleep. But I'm feeling hyped now. I'm enjoying myself. People also do love to hate on Japan and cartoon art, but fail to acknowledge that all that and other gross porn is in our own culture. Yeah, I mean, there's always gonna be people that complain about stuff, right? Is like what is it now? Like, you know, back in the day, it was like the religious scare, and now it's like political correctness, right? So there's always going to be some group in some form or fashion going about basically moral policing you. And again, it goes back to the anarchist and the authoritarian. It's always gonna be power vacuum. It's gonna like swap. Ooh, what's the fun fact?
You know where the term politically correct comes from? If I remember right, it was like originally made to basically make sure that the peasants don't like talk back to the nobility or something like that. See his mainstream there. Well, it's taboo here. But at this point, both are just as bad as each other. Yeah. Like, what's the joke? It's like, I hope the hobby you like goes mainstream. Don't you put that evil on me. Oh, communist Russia. Huh. I mean, it's just political correctness. Like, I get it. You don't want to be an asshole. But at the same time, you're kind of not fun to be around. It was to point out anything that didn't align with the Communist Party agenda.
I returned from hell.
Welcome, we're talking about Communist Russia.
Ooh! I was watching a TikTok when I was on the shitter about that.
Don't remind me of 40k, you monster. I know what they're doing. Oh yeah, the female custodies. Sorry, the Emperor said no girls allowed. Girls are icky.
That's what the Sisters of Silence are. That's literally their whole job. They
Yeah.
are the female custodies.
Yeah, I know.
Fucking excuse me?
And honestly, they're horrifying compared. Like, yeah, sure, the
Psychic
custodies.
doll with little morality and can beat a full-grown fucking 15-foot tall Primarch with their bare hands.
Yeah, like-
Fucking excuse me. Okay,
Yeah, like
well,
sure, like the
this is why
custodies are like badasses and can kill like 5 custodies could probably take over Earth. But there's just
Oh,
something
it's supposed to be-
horrifying about a Sister of Battle where there's just a psyker and they just beg for them to. The psyker just begs to die just by being in their mere presence. So there's like
Well-
psychers where like literally rip their eyes out so they don't have to look at them.
Hawke, it's about to get wild. It is almost 1 a.m. and I just now got scotch. So
Ooh. Sisters, yeah. What about the Sisters of Battle, am I right? We all want that, like, Super Jack Sister of Battle GF, you know? We need
that's what I'm
more
working
like...
on right now.
Not to mention, they're just fucking badass. I mean, like, they drop fucking churches from orbit. I want to see that, like, live action. That'd be wild. That costs, like, more money than I'd probably ever make in my life, but...
Tactical church.
Tactical church drop, boys.
Holy mother of God.
So we're at that, yeah. So many Latin names.
What's that
Assassinor.
one,
Hmm?
Hawke, you know that one, well, you know Owlcat Studio, right? The ones that made all the Kingmaker games?
Mhm.
So, I just installed the Warhammer version again, because Rogue Trader, because I played it very briefly, but I was also on one of my drug and alcohol-fueled month-long binges. So, I want to play this game again, because I remember distinctly the Sister of Battle was fucking god tier. You get a bolter at the start of the fucking game.
I guess for
and
context,
she's
LexCon.
romanceable.
Ooh, that's what we all want. So I guess for context for LexCon, if you're referring to the Sisters of Battle, basically think of like a super like fanatical religious group of like female warrior priests that drop churches from high orbit and they start singing like battle hymns and they're just fucking wild. And they're all like super jacked warrior women, so you know. I had that one pick me up and pin me to the wall.
See, we don't get anything cool like that in the army. We just get SpongeBob SquarePants or My Girlfriend's a Vegetable.
I mean,
You can search that one. I'm sure you can find that cadence somewhere online, but it is...
well, I'm gonna pull up a Sister of Battle for reference, but I just gotta make sure that they're safe to look at.
Please replace the repeating images in the background. I beg of you, my ADHD brain can't handle it.
Okay, this looks safe. I have safe search off, and I'm afraid of my search history. But okay, here we go. So here are some pictures of some Sisters of Battle. Their hairstyle is a little bit atrocious, but
Hey,
There you go.
basically. Oh, you got the one from.
okay, there's that one. There's that one.
You've got the one from Rogue Trader in there. You've got the ones from Battle Sector in there.
I had to make sure because there's probably a lot of fan art.
Oh,
I've-
100%.
I've seen a lot of Sister Battle fan art. I've seen a lot of Mechanicus Adeptus females, and obviously the Assassinorum assassin lady with the skin type bodysuit. I don't mind the hair. What was the one? It's like looked like Ongo from what was it? Always Sunny, the Danny DeVito character. Sometimes the hair's not bad, but sometimes it gets a little weird. Bring her up in the main one. Oh yeah, that's like the one that's like... What was his name? Like Van Godire or something? Oh. I don't know who OHB07 was, but... no links, get fucked, nerd.
Yeah, caught a bot.
Nightbot, take him to the penis peeler so his penis may be peeled like a banana. I mean, like, I don't know much about like actual like individual Sisters Battle. I know there's one that can't die, and Lord forbid if they ever get captured because they're gonna be tortured for eternity because they can't die. But I do remember when they killed like Van Godire, who was like the prime religious asshole, like oppressive asshole. I remember his final dying words were, "I'm too busy to die," and then he died.
Respectable words.
Yeah,
Respect.
man, he's just too busy, man. He's got shit he's gotta do.
Just too fucking busy to die.
Oh boy, there's frames. Love to see it. Thinking Saint Celestine, who's a warp entity now. Man, everyone's getting promoted. Even the Emperor became a Chaos God to some degree, right?
I think he just is a Chaos God now, to be completely fair.
I wonder what his domains are.
I don't think he really... I think just humanity.
I mean, like, there's gotta be, like, some philosophical thing, otherwise they're boring, right? It's like, you know, everyone's Papa Nurgle because Papa Nurgle loves you. Like, world sucks, but you know it's okay because all things end. And then Korn is masculinity incarnate. But all while being very angry. The Emperor's not a Chaos God. I remember there was, like, talks about it, but, you know, it's a weird time for Warhammer lore, considering how they're also rewriting the Horus Heresy. Which, why would you do that? I feel like that's just like so ingrained you can't rewrite it.
I mean, they changed how fucking Sanguinius died. Just a little bit. Like, he's still dead. He's still very much fucking dead.
But come on. I mean, it's like, that's the one joke, right? It's like a Warhammer fan immediately tries to teach you about all of the Horus Heresy. Because that's like the most crucial, that's probably like the most crucial moment in like the lore, right? Oh, he could become one when he dies. That makes sense.
I know I'm gonna sit here building my models. That's all I need to do. I need to sell my pile of shame too. I need to get rid of it.
I've been going back, and I've been watching The Emperor Has Text-to-Speech. It's been a wild ride. Now they actually know what they're talking about. Yeah. Of course, there's also been... It is. It's a shame that Games Workshop just...
I don't know what it is about tabletop companies, but they're so fucking awful about promoting their shit. Cause I had an idea of like doing Vampire the Masquerade stuff, but their like restrictions on what you can do is so fucking ball busting. Like you have to put this very specific PNG somewhere like clearly visible on like your screen while you play anything related to like Vampire the Masquerade or World of Darkness. You can't make any fan movies or animations longer than 15 minutes. It's fucking awful. It's like that Warhammer 2, right? Is like Emperor has text-to-speech, Astartes. They all got fucking kiboshed. Even though they like actually got people into Warhammer.
Well, the guy that did Astartes is now hired by them, but
Okay, that's at least fine, but
and I think that chapter is now canon as well because they were really well put together, and that's how I paint all my guys now too.
like what canon is there really? Is like what, an Inquisitor got corrupted by chaos, a bunch of Space Marines got killed, and one went to the Bekshinsky realm.
One Grey Knight is just perpetually just doing whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah. With one arm.
And he just doesn't get to control where he is either. He's just tossed
Somewhere.
around like a fucking ragdoll.
Yeah. A little homage in the and when like the Flash gets furry animations, you know? Like where they open like the big gate one. I need to go see Space King.
Space King seems good. I've watched bits and pieces through like TikTok and Instagram clips. I've not sat down and actually watched it yet though.
That's what we'll do for our reaction series.
Can't sue us. They haven't licensed anything.
Well, I mean, I know, like I've like actually looked into like things that like make like a good reaction channel. We're not just gonna like sit there. I'll take like fucking notes. Nothing longer than like 10 minutes. Yeah, I'm not gonna pull like a what's his name, Hassan. Like, alright guys, I'm gonna be back in like 5 minutes. I'm just gonna let this run. The whole video? Really?
12 years later.
That was always the funny thing, is everyone always kind of made fun of reaction channels, but it never really came to anything. People still do it, and that makes them a lot of money. Okay, like XQC and Asmongold. There comes a point, right, it's like when you're like that big, and I never want to get that big if I like ever do, when it comes to like being like a streamer or something. 200 people would be fine, that's comfortable. And I can talk to people. But it's like so many big people just kind of become reaction channels, you know? And I get the appeal, because it's like, is exactly the same mentality of you show your buddy a really cool funny video you found. You just want to share it with somebody. You know, the thing that you like. But you can definitely do it wrong. I think the best reaction channels I see are where they'll like have a discussion that's twice as long as the video they watched. That shit's my jam. And it's coming back to bite me, because that's where I'm finding a lot of like VTubers. Because again, a lot of them are like now into like Warhammer and stuff. Okay, there's the one that was just basically if you and me combined. Red hair, white hair at the same time, goth aesthetic, mommy vibes a little bit, military and psychology background.
All I will say for my current situation and tastes in women. If the chick I'm talking to now gets fucking braces and fixes her goddamn teeth, I will be in love for the rest of my life. That is winning. It checks every single fucking box you just described except for the white hair.
Also dark skin.
And that one. Yeah, that's not checked off either.
Oh wait, no, actual mom vibes, because if I remember right, they were, I think they're divorced, but they adopted a kid. The VTuber, by the way, his name is Savi. Savii. Oh yeah, and the most important thing that really just, like, really shows that they're us combined is, despite their one brain cell, they'll talk about a topic for like an hour. I say as I've been streaming for 3 hours and have yet to play Etrian Odyssey.
I see no problem.
Not liking messed up teeth. I hate British women.
It's funny you say that, Kane. I actually spoke with this chick about it. Her entire ancestry comes from only the fucking English Isles. Which I can't complain, I'm Irish and Scottish, but I take my Junos with pride. My propensity for Germanic languages.
I've got a lot of German in me. Like a lot of like, I don't know. I'm not taking 23andMe. I don't want the government to have my spit. You know, they'll have to buy me dinner first. But
See, that's my mindset, and then I just realized, wait a fucking minute, I'm in the army. They already have every ounce of information they could want.
yeah. But I'm curious how much German I have in me, because my grandmother is like, well, my dad's like half German, so I'm quarter German. I'm just wondering how much German. We actually got, funny enough, and this has probably nothing to relate to it, but we actually have a lot of Germans where I live. Must be like a climate thing or something. It's weird because my grandfather on my father's side is an American who was in the army, and he met my grandmother on my father's side, who was German, in the UK, and then they both came to America.
You know what? Hawke, I think I'll stream this for the sake of, you might be able to put this on stream. I don't know the licensing issues, but
What is
it's
it?
just something else to throw in the background.
What is this? Let me see here.
It's a Warhammer game.
Yeah. I really should just like, well, I have to think how I would do it. Just record me
just-
like doing shit and just having it on the background, like American Trucking. Like I'll just like sit down, I won't like do commentary, I'll just like American Trucking Simulator for like 2 hours. I had dated just one British girl. I just can't do it, and I don't know why. I mean, that's like, if you had like a really bad experience, I can see how it leaves a bad taste in your mouth. You want to avoid that stuff.
It's putting it nicely.
Deep down, there's something that just like wiggles your lobster brain and think no go.
That really is just it sometimes.
Yeah. Not even that. It's like what was it? Like I dated I guess best way to describe her would be mousy, very quiet. And frankly, and I'm sorry if you ever hear this, but you were kind of a nervous wreck and had no backbone. I still hang out with you though, and so like the quiet girls, I used to think they were cute, not so much anymore. Just because that was a lot of worry.
It really, at the end of the day, isn't fucking worth it to date
Yeah.
a quiet girl. There's actively too much baggage. And that's coming from me.
Yeah. You're like, being quiet's fine, like, you know, I mean, I play it up on stream and with the boys over Discord, but I can be a reserved person, believe it or not. So I get that, but it's just when I feel like everything can kind of just become an aneurysm, or like your hair's gonna fall out because you worry so much. It's like, I don't know how many times I have to tell you not to worry about it, but at some point I just gotta stop.
I'm just very happy that being with my ex has forced me to grow the fuck up to the point where I can actually see through that kind of bullshit now.
Just now realizing my relationships further pushed me down into the older woman rabbit hole. Becoming a Hagmaxxer. Join me in the Hagmaxxing, kids.
Me realizing my ex made me into a drug addict. Ooh.
Young Zoomer men in their 20s are now forsaking the sexual relationships with women of their age and finding experienced, like emotionally stable, millennial women to be in a stable relationship with. Join me. I like that meme. I'm also gonna pull. Do I still have the one on here? No, I'm gonna have to find it. I'm gonna pull it up though, because it's a beautiful fucking picture. Hagmaxxing is funny to me. Okay. Happiness versus society. Let's see. Make sure you can't fucking see anything. Doop-a-doo.
My last
Memes.
save in this game is from 2022. Holy fuck. Kinda funny.
2022.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's a year and a half.
No, it's like a full 2 years. It was before today even.
Or is it?
Fucking insane. I was happy then. God damn.
Vulcan, don't lie, you were never happy.
No, I was always pissed off at the world.
Okay, here we go. I got so many overlays, I can't, like... There we go.
Unironically, Kane, this is why I look for women that are more of the bros than actual women.
There we
Which
go.
is a double-edged sword, I will fully admit to that.
Feel bad for Gen Z. Just think about Gen Alpha. So vain and self-important. I'm sure millennials were also the same case, though, let's be real.
Like, unironically, I feel weird, actually talking to women that are younger than me. I feel, like, not even by much. Like, the girl I'm talking to now is only 2 years younger than me. That's nothing for my age. But it feels fucking weird, man. Because, like, all my exes have been older than me by a pretty significant margin. It's just really unnerving in a lot of ways.
I'm not laughing at you.
It's damn, I have to be the adult now. Which I think is why I've kind of... It's like with my current situation with this chick is... I've pretty much got her by the fucking heartstrings. It's just a matter of, do I want to actually pursue this or not? It's literally just me waiting around. And I'm really hesitant because, like, damn, I actually have to be the adult here. Which is nice in a way, but at the same time, fuck.
Yeah.
I don't want to be responsible for someone else, or at least moderately responsible for someone else.
I'll send you like some like gentle mommy dom stuff later. It'll tell you everything will be okay.
Just fucking napalm to not safe for work after stream.
Don't worry. I know this really great Australian woman. She'll tell you everything's gonna be okay.
I don't know if I want to say their name. I'll say the VTubers, but this one actually does like erotic audios. See, some people, they watch their sauce. You know, some more sophisticated types, they read it. Me, I listen to it.
Me,
Yeah,
I
you might
live it.
think.
And it's horrible.
You might think like, oh, Hawke, this is how I listen to some podcasts. That's what you think. Listen to some wholesome, like, what was the one? It was like, I think it was like your Minotaur wife. Because it was like a Monster Girl wife series. And she was a cop. And it was basically, she was, because, you know, she had to do like a, you know, police shit. Basically all she wanted was to just be comforted and told everything was gonna be okay. Super fucking romantic and wholesome.
An understandable desire.
Yeah. Saying it's the longest I've ever spent on Just Chat Stream. I have tagline, come for the games, stay for the cringe Hagmaxxing memes. You know what? Hold on.
You know what?
Because I know they talk
Oddly-
about like using tags to like promote yourself. No, I use them the fucking meme.
Hawke, I will be disappearing. You have a good evening.
Alright, man, take care.
Godspeed.
Oh my god. Hagmaxxing is a tag already. I'm gonna probably get rid of those. Hagmaxxing. I'll just put Hagmaxxing for right now. There we go. Hagmaxxing is now a tag. Oh wait, wait, did I put it on there 3 times? No, just the one. Switch is just fucking up. The career dashboard is fucking up. I could have put Dorito Pope too, but I don't feel like it's not as topical now that Summer Games Fest is over. I'm definitely gonna have to go back and change the category after I end the stream, because we did not in fact play Etrian, and I have to figure out titles. Probably gonna end up being like something Hagmaxxing. Running on 1 hour sleep, I feel alive. Well, I guess this Persona thing reminds me. So, there's a lot of waifus in Persona. So, everyone let me know what your favorite is. I know Becky is very high up there. She also gives like sick buffs. I'm a big Becky fan. Futaba is probably second place for me. Futaba used to be first, but things change. I'm a real sucker for like ginger-haired girl with glasses. I don't know why. I hate the irrational dislike for Persona. I can see why people don't like it, because like you look at like how kind of like stylized it is. That's very like, this is so super fucking anime that it can kind of be off-putting. It's like JoJo's in a way. I just don't want to go to school in the game. Yeah, I've played quite a bit of Persona 4. In fact, when I first met Vulcan and that first group of friends, we all started talking because like, hey, I'm going to be playing Persona 4 and call if anyone wants to come hang out. I think I got up to... What's his name? The guy that uses a chair as a weapon. It wasn't like Anji, was it? It wasn't Ryuji. It might have been Ryuji. I got up to there, and then I just kind of stopped playing. Naoto was cool though. Naoto was pretty high up there. I'm trying to think, like... Because I also did play some BB Tag. I don't know if I play like any Persona characters.
I might have played a little bit of Yukiko. And the fact that PS5 has like 7 spin-offs and Ultra Odyssey fans here trying to survive the greatest drought in Atlus history. Yeah, that's the... Welcome to being a Fromsoft fan when you like the games that weren't Soulsborne games. Because kind of turned the whole series into, yeah. Like, Persona 1 and 2 were wildly different from 3, 4, and 5. And... Because, like, I'm a big fan, like, I know the game's really bad, but FromSoft made, like, a, like, an RPG, like, try to make, like, a JRPG called Enchanted Arms. They made some other games, I mean, obviously they made the Armored Core series. I can't remember if they made the Tenshu series. What else? They did that one mech series where you were the President of the United States of America. It's like Iron Wolf or something like that. So they've made a lot of good games. I know they made like a Japanese horror style like Shrine Priestess game that's becoming a cult classic. They've made a lot of games, but unfortunately, Soulsborne games make FromSoft money, so that's what we get. And since I started streaming, I've become a lot bigger fan of Atlus. Iron Wolf is a trip. And, so, like, let me pull up, like, because I have a category in the Discord of, like, stream ideas. Let's see here. I'm pretty sure they made the Super Robot Tyson game. But I've just been noticing a lot of, like, the niche RPGs I want to play have all been Atlus games. Love Japanese Shrine Priestess, I mean horror. Yeah, it's actually the game that was kind of the prototype for Dark Souls 1's magic system, because you had like talismans that had spells on them, and you would burn the talisman every time you would cast. It was an interesting game. It kind of had like the Dark Souls like style storytelling, like, yeah, you'll find the snow, but if you really think about, like, oh, that's who the giant centipede woman is. Iron Wolf feels like the Saints Row, where aliens invade, but actually serious. Funny enough, Iron Wolf is actually based off of, I think, the tabletop game of the same name. So, I think I might have the Google Doc for it. But yeah, it's based off like a tabletop role-playing game. If it has actual Japanese mythology in it, then I'm totally in. Let me see if I can pull up the name real fast. I could probably just type in like, let's see here. FromSoft Japanese horror game. Oh, it autofilled that. No, I don't want... Oh, it's a Kuon. C-U-O-N. Let me see here. Images... Okay. Let me make sure that woman has... Okay. Okay, now let me go over to here. See, this is why you guys hang out with me, because you get benefits. You know, some people get shoutouts. I give you obscure VTubers that you might like, and weird, obscure video games. Yeah, so here's some screenshots, like, I don't know if you can... No, you can't even see it. Hold on. Okay, there we go. So, like, you got, like, the kind of, like, Shrine Priestess things here. I believe it's formatted into... You play as one of two characters, you go through their thing, and then once you do that, you unlock a third secret character. But yeah, very Japanese horror aesthetic. If it has actual Japanese mythology in it, I'm totally in. It's just unfortunate because it's one of those like cult classic games. It's kind of hard to find. Oh yeah. And then there's some other games Fromsoft made, but I don't know. It's unfortunate we're just gonna get most Dark Souls stuff. Actually means eternity. That's mellow as fuck, yeah. It does have like the Dark Souls kind of storytelling where like you have to kind of like piece together the notes, but the story's actually kind of interesting. And like most people, I just looked up the lore videos because it interested me. Kinda makes me realize I should probably go back and play Silent Hill 1. Because I played it for like 2 streams, but I was blind and I missed the shotgun. And it became a truly survival horror game for me because I got lost in the fog. I was basically Rambo. Surviving on insects and a lead pipe. Yeah, well, anyways, chat. I think that might call it for a night. We've been going for about almost 3.5 hours. And... excuse me. I do gotta go to work tomorrow, but I'm going to work a little later, which is why I won't be streaming tomorrow, because I'm gonna get home at like 9 o'clock at night. And I'm just gonna be... my shit's probably gonna be crushed. You guys deserve good energy. No bear... so not Bear Grylls. No drinking your own piss. No. I didn't even find any of the sexy monsters. I just found those fucking annoying ass little bat demons. But yeah, we'll be streaming not tomorrow because of the reasons. And we'll be streaming Friday, and that's gonna be a birthday stream. And we're gonna play a bunch of good old like retro games back when I had like a Sega plug and play. So we'll probably be playing things like, I don't know, Golden Axe, a little bit of Altered Beast, maybe some Sanic, probably some Shining Force. We might try some Shining Force. That'll be fun. But yeah, other than that, thank you all so much for stopping by. We had some good chat activity today. Sorry we didn't get to play any Etrinosity, but that's just kind of the nature of the beast sometimes, is we'll just talk for God knows how long, but we have good conversations. Some of them a little scarring. But that's kind of the fun, right? It's like the 50-50 challenges back in the day. Next time, yeah. Because... what was it? I think it was Saturday was the next stream after that. No, it might be. Let me pull up the actual fucking schedule. That might help. Okay, yeah, Saturday was gonna be like Agrist, War, Senran, and Kagura, but I'll probably roll a dice and figure out what to do there. Who knows? The games I play are merely a suggestion sometimes. Anyways, thank you all so much for stopping by. Greatly appreciated. I've noticed the numbers have been going up, and that's really cool actually. That they've just been kind of going up. People are actually kind of like sticking around, like the average is going up. So I know it's probably like super corny, like, you know, thank you all so much for watching, but it is actually like when you're a fucking chinch bug in the world of everyone wants to be a streamer, people showing up is actually quite staggering. So, you're all very cool people. And with that, all I've got to say left is, take care, everybody. It's been fun. See this face. I love this.
I'm not getting paid to deal.
Haven't I seen that fashion abomination somewhere before? Damn, got him. Z formation. Where is Frog? Says Doom. I'm sorry.
My love. It's kind of cute. Squeeze me. Yes. Yes. Yes, I have achieved Nirvana. This is what we've been waiting for. Gonna blow my cover right there. Oh no, she doesn't let go of me soon. Stay still. Don't move. Oh, I ain't ever moving. Oh god. Just listen to me. Stay still. Oh, I'm getting still alright. Hey, Date. Quit playing around and give that young man his pet back. Okay, here. No, please. I'll be your Digimon, I swear. I'll do whatever you want me to.